Yo, what up? Simple Hideo, I'm so sorry. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on. Yo, what's up, Meme Wave? How you doing, dude? Thanks for stopping by. Good to see you. How's your Sunday going? Wait. Simple Hideo, wait. I am waiting, don't worry. I'm not doing nothing. I'm waiting. Yeah, let me see what's going on with motherfucking Twitch. Oh, okay. Lamau.
Here we go.
Hey, thank you, Subade. I appreciate you. Alright. How you doing, Subade? How's your Sunday going? But Meme Wave says my Sunday been good. What about you? I've been doing good, dude. I was streaming today. I'm not streaming. Oh my god, going to the gym today. Not streaming. Obviously, I'm streaming today. But I went to the gym earlier, and yeah, today just pretty much gonna be hanging out. Oh, Roses! Good to see you. How you doing? Thanks for stopping by. I mailed out your stuff, Roses. Did you get it by any chance? I know it's only been like, it hasn't been that long, but you know, hopefully it doesn't take too long. But Simply Dale says, I swear that was not a bit. It was genuine confusion. Yeah, no worries, Simply Dale. Super all good. But, and what's up, Skyer? Good to see you. But look what Simply Deo sent me an email, and look what we can do now. Oh, we can play Monster Tape Zero now because Simply Deo hooked it up. They showed me how to do it. So yeah. So shouts out to Simply Deo for that one. Thank you, Simply Deo, for that email. But Rosa said they got the package. Oh, I'm so glad to hear. Very excited. Oh, okay, sick. Yeah, I hope it all came in safe and sound. I tried to wrap it up really good. So yeah. But yeah, the only last thing I gotta figure out Simply Deo is that since it plays a local file, it's slightly louder than the rest of Spotify, but it's not too much of an issue. So yeah, happy to help. Yeah, thank you, dude. I appreciate it. But yeah, pretty much. Today I'm not gonna be low key between us, y'all. This is all the Monster Tape Zeros I have left. It's just like these like 15 CDs. So because of that, I'm assigned stuff for Destroy All Monsters that we're launching on Friday. Saying that what's it called? Not saying that I don't have I have more Monster Tape Zeros on the way. It's just I guess I talked to the guy, and there's a guy I get the CDs made who like presses them out in Portland, and they were saying, oh hey, like we had a holiday break when you put your order in, so we just now are about to ship it. But so I have like but then I also got more CDs made somewhere else, so I have 2 people that are now racing to get me Monster Tape Zeros as fast as possible. So yeah. But Rosa says, I've been listening to Monster Tape Zero. It's been amazing. Oh, I'm so glad to hear. And yeah, it's awesome we have it here now too, because now we can jam out to it. So everyone can join in and be like, oh, that's what the album sounds like. So yeah. But thank you, Rosa. Yeah, I'm so glad to hear you enjoying it. And somebody else says, yeah, I noticed that too, but got no clue how to fix it without fixing the locals themselves. Yeah, I highly doubt Spotify is going to do that. Because I even, back in the day, dude, I wrote my own code to like normalize a playlist for like YouTube. So I could like just throw songs together, normalize all the audio. So none of the songs were too loud compared to the others. And it's something you have to do. Like Spotify couldn't do it on the fly, to my knowledge, using like code stuff. You have to like have all the songs, analyze them each, and then throw them in, you know what I mean? Which I highly doubt Spotify wants to do all that to like let you play your local files. But yeah. Dun, 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 dun. You will see. You're the one for me. But yeah, pretty much we're just gonna sign CDs today. Keep it nice and chill and easy. And yeah. But the big thing I want to talk about, oh, actually Jermaine. I'll have the light on still. So this is how Jermaine's doing. We're all here already, so that's awesome. Thanks for showing up, y'all. Every day. But yeah, Jermaine's doing good. I think I mentioned it last time, but there was a little like baby leaf that was sprouting, and now it's like pretty much, you can't really see it that well. Maybe if I like turn to the side, like this leaf right here on the very, very edge that I'm shaking, that one's brand new. So yeah, Jermaine's doing good. I think, and I'm moving pretty soon, Roses, so I think I'll get the new pot when I move. Because my new apartment doesn't have a shower head either, so I need to buy a couple things for the new house. I think one of them will be a bigger pot for Jermaine. But yeah. Sabuto says, nice, yeah. Rose said that's a good idea. All right, cool. Thank you. Yeah. The new pot was your idea, Rose. So I'm just following up. Let you know it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. But yeah, just gonna sign CDs today, and then I don't think I've ever done this. Not even on the Kaiju Club. So I think if y'all don't mind, since I'm rambling anyways, I think it'd be fun to just talk about everything that goes into one of my album launches. So I'll just go through that, and if anyone has any questions or if you want to bring up anything, dude, I'm chilling.
New merch order from Gary.
Thank you, Gary. I appreciate it. If you're watching, let me know. I'll what's it called? I'll sign it and pack it right now with the 10 most zeros I have left. But somebody does this sound cool? Yeah. But yeah, if anyone wants to bring anything up, let me know. Otherwise, I'm gonna just ramble about this because I thought it'd be cool. Because I also have like music friends that like, I don't know, sometimes they'll be like, how do you drop an album? And now I can just be like, watch this entire VOD. You know what I mean? But yeah. So, whenever I drop an album, Chris, sounds fun. Cool, awesome, thank you, Roses. But so whenever I drop an album, because I sell so much different like merch and stuff, the first question is always, can I afford this? So I have like this is like super businessy, but I have like a cash flow thing I like maintain myself to make sure I can like afford new merch. Yeah, so this time I ran on the numbers, and I don't know if you've seen the emails so far. I think all y'all are in the Kaiju Club. So a lot of the emails, at least the ones I've been writing, have been like, hey, I only bought like 100. So technically I bought 75 CDs, but I can get those made in like a week. So if like the first rush comes in and we sell out most of them, I'll probably just put in an order for more CDs, and then they'll be here before I even have to move. So yeah, it's just the exception is because the Must Have Zero ones, because I ordered so many, they stamp them out like a video game factory. You know, back in like the 2000s where you can watch like them press out CDs, I get impressed now because it's more it's better quality, because you can actually get like song titles on like old CD players and stuff. It's a whole thing. Anyways, so there's 75 CDs I have in this room right now. I have 100 vinyl in this room right now, and 100 tapes in this room right now. But when I did all the can I afford this, that's the most I could afford of everything. So I always say, I'll keep it real, I always say, it might sell out, because honestly, I try to order enough, but I never know how much the demand is. Like the Must Have Zero vinyl, when I first dropped, that actually sold out. Like it had enough during the launch, but then like it sold like a month later. So this time, I'm not sure how much it's really gonna sell, but I think this one might. I say, I think this one's actually gonna sell. No, this one, forget every time I said, I think it might actually sell. This time, it's like, I think I might sell it just because I literally couldn't afford enough. You know what I mean? But I think it'll be plenty for everyone that's like in like the, you know, if you like actually keep it, you know, if you pay attention to your email and stuff like that, you'll be able to get one. I'm 99% sure. But yeah. So can I afford this? That's always step one. And then after that, because it's like a remastered album, pretty much the reason why I did this album is because a lot of people were just like, bro, I want VTech on vinyl. Why is VTech not on vinyl? And I was like, valid. That's a very valid take. So this one really was just like, I want to make VTech on vinyl, but I don't want to just, you know, just do the album again, like, and just put the album on vinyl. I thought it'd be a lot more fun to like make an event out of it. And it's technically the 5-year anniversary of the album. So I was like, I think it's time to like, you know, do something cool. So because of that, I wanted to like, so if anyone ever like does, I mean, I know Roses does art, Simply Deo. I don't know if Simply Deo ever does, yeah, Rose's perfect timing. Exactly, Rose's perfect with the 5-year anniversary. I was like, oh, actually, yeah. But I know Roses does art. Voidstrom, when they pull up, they do art stuff. I know Simply Deo does any like commissions, but what I learned from one of my buddies back when I was doing like software contracting or consulting, so essentially like one-off projects for code people, is he was always like under promise, over deliver. And the idea of that is that like when you promise someone something, like if you over deliver on that promise, they're like 10 times more likely to be like, yo, like hell yeah. And it's not just like a business thing, like it's just a good life thing. You know what I mean? Like if like you tell a friend, oh, we're gonna like, I don't know, I'm gonna take you out for your birthday, and you end up going to like Nintendo Land, they're gonna be like, oh my god, like holy shit, like this means so much more. You know what I mean? But in business, it also works. So and not just business, but like you know what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to sound too businessy brained because it, you know, it is music, but at the same time, it is like, it's a mix of both. You know, it's both music and business. Music, I don't know, but you know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, so I told a lot of people like, yeah, we'll have VTech on vinyl, but like that was the under promise. So now the New Game Plus edition is like the over deliver. Like, yo, not only do we have VTech on vinyl, but here's blank, 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 blank. And they're like, oh fuck, you know, all I wanted was VTech on vinyl, but now I get all this too. So yeah. So that's part of it. And then as I've been pressing vinyl, Kyle says, yo, love your content, awesome music, man. Thank you, Kyle. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. How's your Sunday going, dude? But I'm glad to hear you're loving my stuff. That means a lot. Hell yeah, Kyle. As the other day says, it all goes hand in hand, so it makes sense. Yeah, exactly. Because like another wild thing is that like if you ever have like a low-key a business question, honestly, dude, just ask yourself like, or even like not even a business session, but like a work question. Really, it's like ask yourself, what would I do if me and this person were just trying to be friends? You know what I mean? Like, if exactly, like I think that's the kind of the analogy I gave was like, you know, if you were like, hey best friend, I want to take you out for your birthday, like you would be like, oh, okay, yeah, like rather than just go to dinner, it's like you really want to make it special, you would, you know, you go the whole 9 yards. You know what I mean? So yeah, or if you're trying to like impress your boss or something, dude, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, you get what I'm trying to say. But OG Section 9 agent, yo homie, what's up? Oh, what's up, OG? How you doing, dog? Thanks for stopping by. How's your Sunday going, dude? Also, let me put the shuffle on so it's not only playing Monster Zero. Normal shuffle. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, I think we're still barely on step 2. Oh yeah, the final track list. So because I wanted to over deliver, I was like, I gotta you know, move around this track list. Like so you know, we dropped like some instrumentals from the album, like arcade dates. And I was like, why not drop like 2 brand new songs for the album too? Because that would just be fun. And then low-key Oceanside Livin', I think it is. Yeah, I almost said Oceanfront because Oceanfront Line, but Oceanside Livin'. So that's a whole thing. I had to take that off, but I'll explain that right now. But OG says, snowing cold, lol. And Kyle says, snowed but vibing. Yeah, can y'all fill me in on what's going on? Because I see all the news reports about how like on the East Coast, y'all are just getting like smashed with the snow. I'm in Arizona, dude, so all we got is dirt. Dirt and hot. So that's all we got. So, but I have like lived in colder places, but like, yeah. What's it called? But yeah, if Kyle and OG, if you want to fill me in on your snow experience, that sounds wild. I'm glad your power still works though. I heard that was like a thing people were worried about. But what's it called? Marissa, good to see you, Marissa. Thanks for stopping by. Hey, I just found you on the For You page not too long ago and just ordered 2 CDs and stickers of yours. Super talented, much love. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate the kind words. Yeah, thanks for grabbing some CDs and stickers. I really, really appreciate it. What's it called? Yeah, today, pretty much, if you don't mind, Marissa, do you know your order number? I could pack it for you right now. Low-key, what happened, Marissa, is that I'm running low on CDs. I have some more on the way. But if you let me know your order, I can pack it right now. Otherwise, I can get it to you by the end of this week. So yeah. But yeah, either way, I appreciate the kind words, Marissa. Thanks for letting me know. And Kyle says, got about a foot and some change of snow up by me in New Jersey. Dang, that's a lot of snow. And OG says, winter storm, over a foot of snow and still coming down. Dig, yeah, what's going on? That's crazy. Yeah, I don't think I've ever been in like a whole foot of snow. And Marissa says, oh, let me see. Yeah, if you just like go to your email, Marissa, and just look up like Oceanfront online or like Groovy Kaiju, it should show your order number, and then I can print it out for you right now. In fact, let me turn on the order printer. Bloop. And Silly Dale says, oh, dude, believe I'm sitting in 6 inches of snow at the moment. There were ATVs down at City Hall riding through the snow. That's crazy, Silly Dale. I mean, it sounds like I know it's not fun, but it sounds fun. I mean, if you're ATVing. And Marissa real quick says, order 20370. Cool. Let me get that printed out for you right now, Marissa. Thanks for stopping by, too. Let me see if I already might have already shipped it out. Maybe not. Oh, I already shipped it out for you, Marissa. So yeah, it should already be on the way. And it says it'll be there by Thursday. I think I dropped it off just barely like what's it called? I think like just on Thursday or Friday. Yeah, I did. But yeah, had to scroll off real quick, but I'm excited to hear them on my CD player. Oh, heck yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, you're the best. Thank you. But let me catch up. I'm a bit. OG says, wifey says hello and you're awesome. Tell them I said thank you so much, OG. That means a lot. Hell yeah. I'm honored to be awesome, and tell them I said hello back. And Kyle says, been running fire calls all day and got my crew vibing out to your music on route to calls. Oh, dude, that's cool. Dude, Kyle, thank you so much, man. That's sick. I hope they like it. I hope the crew is like, yo, this is bumping. You know what I mean? So yeah. Thank you, dude. But Skyer says, we got some snow, but nothing too bad. Okay, cool. Well, I'm glad me and Skyer are doing okay on the snow, you know what I mean? I got 0 snow, but you know, having not too much snow is still good too. And oh, Mr. Mello, dude, Mamma Mia, it's a me. Good to see you, dude. Thanks for stopping by. How's your Sunday going, dude? Yeah, I think yeah, has it been are you getting hit by the winter storm out in SoCal, Mello? I mean, I assume it's just like rain if it's out there, but you know, I think I saw a US map and I saw it's going like diagonal. But I guess it dodged me, so it'd be weird if it hit you. But Fibladeo says, for them, yes, along with those who went to rocky steps to sled, but for me, shoveling can either be good or bad. Yeah, shoveling, I don't know, I've talked to people about it. That sounds like unfortunate. It sounds like mowing the lawn, but like Mother Nature is like, haha, now you have to mow. You know what I mean? Because I said so. It's like very like, oh man. And Marissa says, you're so right. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm glad to hear it all. It made it okay on the tracking link and everything. OG says, I was just going through my Vaporwave vinyl the other day and came across a test press of the record I mastered for you that I signed. Man, I miss Econ 3. I know, dude. Thank you again for doing the, what's it called? The mastering for that. For Still Groovy. Yeah, OG did the mastering for the Still Groovy vinyl for Pacific Plaza Records. Speaking of Mr. Mello. But yeah, dude, thank you again for doing that. That still was like one of the most fun things to do. Yeah, Econ 3 was sick, dude. But Mello says, going pretty good. I'm just chilling. It rained a bit, but it hasn't been too bad out here. Okay, cool. I'm glad to hear you're chilling and it only rained a little bit. Yeah, I'm doing good. I went to the gym earlier today. Just been, you know, I've been good in like, I'm kind of on my touch grass health grind era right now. And then otherwise, I've just been like grinding on this album launch I have to do. Like I have so many, dude, I feel so bad, dude. I have like, I think like 32 Discord messages I need to get back to people. I feel horrible. But I'm like, today is the last day that I have to just schedule posts. But I'm you know, I guess when things get like a little more lull in the chat, I'll explain that. But yeah. But yeah, I've just been doing marketing all weekend. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. In terms of like writing up like emails and, you know, making videos for the announcement I'm doing on Friday. So yeah. But Rampage, my bad, dude. How you doing? Good to see you. Yo, what's up, Rampage? How you doing? I have yet to get a record player, so I'm so embarrassed. No, dude, don't be embarrassed. Record players are expensive, especially like a good one. Like you have to spend like $400 to get like a good record player. Like you can get like a, you know, a decent one, but you wouldn't want it like, you know, to be your go-to for a long period of time. I'm thinking like the AT LP60. That's a pretty good one, but if you want like if you want to collect records for real, you'd have to spend at least $400 on like a record player. It's pretty wild. So don't be embarrassed, dude. That's nothing to be embarrassed about. Kyle says, got a quad and snow plow that makes light work of the snow. Oh, that's sick, dude. Kyle, hell yeah. I didn't even know you could like have a personal snow plow. I thought you had to like know a guy, or like, you know, you know what I'm saying. And Pokey Vapor Wife, what up? Section's wifey here. Oh, nice. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Where can I send you a picture of the snow outside? Oh, let me put my email. That's probably the easiest place. Let me open up the Twitch chat. Wait, no, you're on Instagram. Oh no. Yeah, it would be okay. So, I'm sorry, Poke Vapor Wife. This is gonna be kind of hard to explain, but it's gonna be Aaron, so Aaron at, and then oceanfront, like you're standing on the ocean front. So OCEANFRONT, and then dash, and then online, like you'd log in online. So ONLINE, and then .com. And that's not too much. But thanks for being down to send me a picture of the snow. I'm excited to see it. And oh, it's also my. I'm sorry, Pokevic. My email's also in my bio too. That's probably way easier. Yeah, there you go. You got it. Yeah, it's in my bio too. Thank you. But Mr. Mello says, wait till record store day and record shops might have a deal. That's a good point. Rampage, Mello's putting you on. Got an Audio Technica for about $100 a few years back. Yeah, that's kind of the move. Because yeah, you make a really, really good point. On record store day, I bet they would have them on like pretty decent sale. And Rosa says, my goal is to get a CD player when I have a fair amount of CDs over how tricky it is. So I agree with you on the record player. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree. Roses. Yeah, getting like a music player in general is kind of like a whole thing. But Rampage says, right on Groovy, I appreciate you throwing out the good models out there. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, personally, I've owned an LP60 and I have the LP120. Like that's in my living room. And that's what I test all my, what's it called? All my like personal records on and listen to. Like when I have friends over, I usually throw a record on. The LP120 is really, really cool, but you have to know how to use a counterweight. So it's like, you have to really know what you're doing. Keeping it real. But it's direct drive, so you can scratch and stuff with it. It's pretty crazy. Really, the LP160 is probably your best bet. But if you plan on like becoming like a super big vinyl guy, then it's probably worth upgrading to the LP120. But the LP60 is fine for now. But it's Audio Technica, by the way. But also, Simply Dale says, at some point, I'll pick one up. I've just been collecting vinyls. Oh, that's funny, Simply Dale. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, the LP60 is probably the move. And OG probably knows actually really well too what models. And Rampages agree with Roses. Hell yeah. And OG says, I think you and I are friends on Discord. I can just send it there if you want to pull it up. Oh, yeah, that could work. I remember when the LP120 was like $240, now it's like $500. Yeah, exactly. It used to be a lot cheaper. Yeah, that works, OG. But I don't have a way to share my screen because most of the time I'm like actually like packing orders, so I purposely don't show my screen just so I don't expose anyone's information on accident. Because a lot of times I have like different order packing stuff up. Here we go. That's what tab I was on. But yeah, either email it to me or I have both my email open and Discord open, so I could check either one of them for you. I'll close this actually. But yeah, but other than that, so what's going on? Oh yeah, so we're talking about dropping the album. Yeah, so pretty much Oceanside Living was going to be on the New Game Plus edition, but it's not, because essentially what happened is that I got the sample cleared and everything, but then I think I mentioned this email, but I got the sample cleared and everything, and like literally like a year later they were like, actually we changed our minds. And I'm like, what do you mean you changed your mind? And then the sample clearing people were like, yeah, so we kind of have to be on their side, our bad. And I'm like, what do you mean, bro? What? Like, I paid you money. You know what I mean? What do you mean you're bad? So because of that, it left a bad taste in my mouth. So I, like, you know, funnily enough, but because of that, I'm not going to drop it on this version. And so it's a bummer because I like that song a lot, but it is what it is. But they didn't say like you have to take it down. It's just like the whole sample split got like super goofy, where like it wouldn't make sense to, you know, put it on the New Game Plus edition. So yeah, but it'd be like that. But either way, I still have a sample license, so like I'm not really tripping. And Mr. Mello says, "Oof, that's a bummer." I know, dude. Yeah, it was super big of a bummer. But like I'm not like upset, but it just kind of was like, to me, I was like, let me slowly distance myself away from this sample clearing house, because I don't want that to happen again in the future. Because like you put all this time and effort to make a song, and then you put all the time and effort to like promote it and like, you know, put your whole everything behind it, and then for them to change their mind is kind of wild. Especially because like it was like ironic, because literally at the same time they were like, and this isn't like any shade towards anyone, but the only reason why is because like they mostly like do hip hop samples, but the rules of the sample were like as long as you only use 60 seconds, like you're good. So I would go and like count the milliseconds that I used in my song, and it would be like 59.5, and I was like, cool. Like contract says I can only use 60, I use 59.5. You know what I mean? But they've actually like been really popular with like hip hop producers and stuff. So I think they were expecting more like hip hop flips. But then it gets ironic because like Young Bae ended up doing like a whole like sponsorship thing with them. So again, nothing against Young Bae, but it was just like kind of like the messaging was a little like confusing because it's like, well, you're trying to say like feature funk producers, you guys should use us, but then like at the same time, my experience was like, bro. You know what I mean? I was like, bro. But OG says if you can get a Gemini Newmark TTX, they are pretty good. All-time tables, 12,000s all day, or 1200s all day every day. But best middle ground if you can swing is the LP120. Audio Technica makes great needles. Yeah, I agree, OG, 100%. Yeah, just because to me it's like Audio Technica, I usually go with them because like they just usually do really good quality for like a fair price. And like I don't know, I've never had like a bad experience with Audio Technica. But yeah, I definitely agree that like Newmark and all them, they're also pretty dank. But you know what I mean, you have to like really know the models, in my opinion. But you know a lot better than I do, OG. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know way better than I do. But what's it called? So yeah, so pretty much the track list because of that ended up being like most of the same. I did 2 new songs and switched out Meant to Be with Arcade Dates. I switched out Move That Body with Vegan Nachos, and I was able to fit Be Yourself and Love Somebody. So another reason why the album list track list had changed around is because I originally actually did make Destroy All Monsters like, well, maybe one day this will be on vinyl. You know what I mean? So it is like vinyl friendly, but it was like kind of on the longer side to fit on a vinyl. And what I don't know, actually, since you're here, OG Section 9, and I know your real name, but I don't want to dox you, but I only know my experience somehow, yeah. But since OG's here, let me know if I'm wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure, I don't know, if I'm wrong, let me know. But pretty much on vinyl, you only want to fit about 20 minutes per side, because anything more than that is like, you start to get lower quality. And ideally, you would have less than 20 minutes per side. Because the more space there is for the grooves, the more detail you can get in the song. So because of that, I try not to do more than 40 minutes. And I purposely try to keep each side to about 19 of music. So that's another reason why I had to redo the track list, was just to make sure that, because I think the original album's like 44 minutes. So this one I had to shorten it down to like about like 39. So that's why I moved some stuff around too, so it could fit on vinyl. So yeah. So that was step 2. Step 2. This new album. Oh, I got it. I got all the snow pictures. Oh, wow, so much snow! Wow! Whoa! You can go snowboarding in that if you wanted to. I mean, like, it's not a hill, but still, that's a lot of snow. Thank you for sending this over, Poke Vaporwife. Wait, what else was it? Yeah, Poke Vaporwife. That's so much snow. Yeah, y'all are getting snowed in out there. Yeah, I haven't even seen any news reports or anything, because I don't know. Probably because like my algorithm's like so Arizona based. But I just remember like seeing little things here and there. Yeah, you could like go sledding. That's cool. Yeah, thanks for sharing that. I appreciate it. But OG says you can go up to 25 minutes per side. Okay, but vinyl, thank you. You will lose volume to squeeze it on there. Yes, as you get to the center, there is a small distortion that happens. Okay, cool. Yeah. So because of like, okay, I'm glad to hear what's it called? I'm glad to hear I wasn't completely wrong. But yeah, pretty much like, there's a point where it's like, yeah. OG says that's the reason why the songs were more mellow and chill were put on the ends of the side of the records. They don't distort as much. Oh yeah. Oh, that's a good point. I should probably keep that in mind, because I usually do like side A all like the bumping songs, and then side B all the chill songs. And maybe I should do a mix of like bumping on the outside, chill on the inside. That way, they don't distort as much. I'll have to keep that in mind. Thank you. I appreciate that insight, dude. Because yeah, like mastering for vinyl is like the whole thing. But yeah, and OG says the more loud and complex songs are at the beginning. Yeah, there's so much like science that goes into making your music feel on vinyl, dude. It's like, I don't know. It's kind of ridiculous. Yeah, it's so wild. Yeah, there's a whole technical thing to it. Exactly, OG, for sure. But yeah, so pretty much, so after I figured out for the album, if I could have, this New Game Plus edition, if I could afford it, it was like buying all the merch, like all the vinyl and CDs and stuff. Then it came down to like, can I, then we got to figure out the track list and like what songs do I want to make for it and stuff like that. To like, again, under promise, over deliver. I always say, some people say over promise, under deliver, which is like the exact opposite of what you want to do, but you know what I mean. Your track list, under promise, over deliver, and can we afford it? Then we went on to getting the album cover made. So I like to hit up the artist as soon as possible for the album cover, especially if I have some tracks already made that they can like work off of, because that way, I want to rush them. I'm like, hey, I'm trying to launch this album like this week. Like, come on. You know what I mean? I try not to be that guy, so I try to like get them as much heads up as possible. But OG real quick says, and the type of side of vinyl will also change everything too. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's so wild how like little technical details there are just to like putting your music on plastic. So yeah. So I think I said it in the Monster Kingdom, but I don't know if I said it in the Kaiju Club. I might have said it in the Kaiju Club. But one of my favorite like video game remasters of all time was the Kingdom Hearts 1.5 HD Remix Rebirth thing. It's like, the ridiculous ass Square Enix title. And if you look it up, it's actually like Sora with like Donald and Goofy on a checkerboard background, and Sora's like sitting in a throne with like a crown on for like the kingdom key. So I wanted something like that, and I hit up the original artist because I feel like, I don't know, I've had a lot of people reaching out to like commission art for me, and I am going to reach out to those folks and like start doing that. But I feel like if the original artist did the original, I feel like it's only right to have them do the follow-up, because I wouldn't want someone else to like make, use their art to like base, what I mean? Because I feel like that's kind of rude. So yeah, because I want to, let them have their artistic continuity. There we go. That's what I'm trying to say. Rose says that's fair. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So for this release, I was like, let me hit up, Michaela as usual. And I'm glad that you also saw the Kingdom Hearts thing, Roses. You know what I'm talking about. That's awesome. But yeah, so I hit up Michaela and I was like, hey, look, I want something like the Kingdom Hearts cover, but I want it to be kind of funny in that like it's like a follow-up to what happened in the first album cover. Because essentially the first album cover is like a very much like almost like a recreation of like the Destroy All Monsters, Godzilla Destroy All Monsters video game, where it's Godzilla punching Mechagodzilla. So I wanted like this album cover to be the follow-up, in which Godzilla has now defeated Mechagodzilla and turns Mechagodzilla into a throne that he's now sitting in, with like his hand on his chin, like, I did that shit. You know what I mean? So I just wanted it to be like a follow-up. I thought that'd be hilarious. And because the original background was like this purple and white swirl that Michaela just made for me real quick, I thought it'd be cool to turn the purple and white swirl into a checkerboard to match the like Kingdom Hearts thing. So it's like pretty much like all those influences I threw to Michaela. Michaela was like, I got you. And then, you know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, I have a really good working relationship with Michaela, Mickey, and Art. So, I don't know, it's kind of wild too, because sometimes I'll just tell them the most like one sentence vague description, and they're like, okay, and they come back with the exact thing that I wanted. And I was like, hell yeah. And my favorite Godzilla thing is XAI, Whiteout, Lamau. Oh, let me I think I know who that is. Let me look it up. Oh, yeah. Oh, like the super sick Godzilla animation stuff. I've seen these before. Oh, and it's the song, yeah, from the Godzilla anime. Yeah. I probably heard it. I'll have to re-listen to it, dude. But future me, look up XAI-whiteout Godzilla anime song. And OG says, that's the best kind of artist? Hell yeah, dude. But yo, Death Magic, that's a sick name, dude. That's a super sick Instagram name. Just got my Monster Tape and Rock Reptar vinyls. Love them. I'm so glad to hear that you love them, dude. Thank you so much for grabbing them. And I'm glad to hear they made it to you safe and sound. Thanks for letting me know, dude. Hell yeah. How's your Sunday going, dude? Oh yeah. So then after we got the album cover commissioned, then I started working on making the new songs. And I sent a whole like Kaiju Club update about this, but pretty much the two songs are Vegan Nachos on 4th Street, and the TLDR of that song is that pretty much there's like this vegan food spot in Long Beach that's so ridiculously good. It's so ridiculously good that I was like, I have to make a song about this. so yeah. Yeah, if you're in the Kaiju Club, you already saw it, or it's in the Monster Kingdom. If you want to like check out when the songs come out, when it drops. And then this other song is called "Be Yourself and Love Somebody," because I feel like that's just a good message. And it's a very D'Angelo inspired song. And yeah, I don't know, super cool. Like Vegan Nachos is more of like a dance track kind of. I don't know if it's gonna do good at shows. I might play it at a show to see how people like it, like in a show context. But it's kind of like that same beachy vibe as Oceanside Living, and then Be Yourself is very like just break your neck, like this is really, you know what I mean. So yeah, so I'm really hyped. I think Be Yourself is gonna do really good because that's like my personal favorite. Every time I put it on, I'm like, ah. But OG says, ever since we had a kid, I haven't been able to keep up with the releases anymore. Been listening to everything digitally. Oh, I feel you on that, OG. Yeah, I mean, you know, stuff comes and goes. Like, to be keeping it real, I listen to more stuff on CD than anything. But that's mostly because what I drive to in my car. So yeah, I'll be honest, I haven't listened as much music as vinyl as I'd like to. So yeah. But at some point I'm sure I'll get back into it. Yeah, some things come and go. Not everything's meant to be forever, you know what I mean? And that's okay. So yeah, so you'll come back to it, dog. But Rosa says, speaking about the art, I had a good merch question. Would you consider doing posters one of these days, or a limited amount of album arts? Thank you for asking, Roses. Yeah, I technically get them made automatically, so I technically have posters, but I want to get them like printed and like actually hold them here in the studio. Like pretty much I do a print on demand for posters, but yeah, it's on my I think it's on my like to-do list. Yeah, let me because I think we might have talked about this before. Someone else brought this up. I don't know. Future me, when I rewatched the VOD, add a holding poster inventory to my merch idea to-do list. Future me. but yeah, I'd be super down, Roses. I'll have to just buy some poster tubes and stuff, but it'd be fun, yeah. I don't know if I've ever said this, but actually whenever I do like more art-based like stuff, like stickers and stuff, if I have like a thing inside the Oceanfront Online Shopify store where like I had not to like, hope it's okay for me to say, but I had like Michaela enter their PayPal email in there, and now what it does is that, or like when I do collaborations even, I'm allowed so many slots on it, but this is an app called Collab Pay, and every time like a sale is made, if it's like a sticker or something, so I would pay the commission artist up front, but then I also, if I have space on my like collaborator or PayPal thing, which I have to upgrade my account pretty soon to add more people. But anyways, the whole point is that like I send like a share of the profits to the original artist. Now, I'll be admit, it's not like a lot, because I gotta all this market and stuff like that, and I also paid them up front. But it's just a nice little thing. Like pretty much, like Michaela gets like coffee once a month off of just the stickers and stuff she's done for me in terms of art. So yeah. And I hope that's okay. I'm not trying to blast out her personal money that I'm giving her, but you know what I mean. Yeah. But Mr. Mello says, I miss Groovy Kaiju shows, lol. Space Dandy was always my favorite. Dude, yeah. Space Dandy's so fun to play live. But yeah, dude, I don't know. One of these days, Mello, dude, we're gonna link up. It'll be sick. I gotta go back out to California to play some shows again. It's been like it's been a year since I moved, dude. So yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it's been like over a year now since I last played a show too, which is also super crazy. But OG says the only CD I got in 2025 was the K-pop Demon Hunters. Lol. No worries. Hey, that's a good choice, man. That one kind of went off. And Rosa says that's cool, and Simply Dale says that's pretty cool and convenient. Hey, thank you. Yeah, I'm glad I was able to find it, because trying to get that set up was like really hard, because I feel like outside of, I don't know, splitting stuff in like DistroKid for when you release a song, that's easy. But anything else, it's like super hard to like collaborate with someone on something and like have it split out fairly, or at least, you know, to an agreement. So yeah, so like for example, the Ichi what's funny enough, it's playing right now, it's hilarious. But the Ichi Mafia album, it automatically gives 50% of profits to, or I think we agreed on like 60-40 split, but still 60% or 40% of profits to NetNavi, just automatically in his PayPal every what's it called, you know what I mean. One reason why we did 60-40 too was just because all like the admin costs of running the Shopify store and all that. We're like, yeah, that's fine. But yeah. And it's nice that it's profit too, because I can put in the cost of goods in the actual motherfucking Shopify, so it'll automatically subtract how much it costs to like ship and make the CD. So then the actual like profit then gets split out, rather than just like, oh, I gotta take the hit on. You know what I mean? So yeah. Business. Marketing. Numbers. But yeah, you get what I'm trying to say. But Mr. Mello says, heck yeah, I'm down. I'm trying to get back into the scene myself. I took a really long break. Sick, dude. Yeah, honestly, dude, long breaks are kind of needed. You know, there's nothing wrong with taking a long break. But yeah, I feel you on that. Yeah, I've been debating if I want to like start getting more into the music scene out here. I've just been like so busy. Because out here in Arizona, it's like a lot more niche. And a lot of the venues are closing down, dude. There was like this one place called Dark Star. Everyone was like, bro, you gotta play a show at Dark Star. You would fit in so good there. And I found out they're just closing down today. I was like, dang. Well, I guess I'm not playing there then. I mean, not it's kind of sad, but like, yeah, I don't know. It's wild. But OG says we gotta get you over here and just hang out and have a jam session, dude. One of these days, man. One of these days. Hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully I'll start traveling soon or something. I feel like I had a dream last night that someone like asked me to go on tour with them, and I was like, hey, I'm down. But then I woke up and I was like, oh, only in my dreams. So yeah. But Poke Vapor says, Be Yourself reminds me of those other titles like Lose Yourself and Show Yourself. So many things want me to do things. That's yeah, true. Yeah, music, you know, music's trying to get you hyped to do all these different things. But that's funny. But Funkhauser, dude, good to see you. How you doing, man? How's it going? How you been? How's your Sunday, Funkhauser? Anything new? But yeah. So then, pretty much we made those new songs. So going back to the title of the stream of the New Game Plus Edition album. But Funkhauser's been a while, doing good. Yeah, dude, it has been a little bit. But dude, I'm glad to hear you're doing good. Yeah, are you planning on I mean, I hope it's not rude to ask. Are you planning on visiting out in these parts anytime soon? I know we have like a Japanese festival coming up pretty soon. I think I'm supposed to go with my partner, my girlfriend. So what's it called? So I don't know if I'll be that free, but I'm sure we can at least like stop by and be like, yo, what's up? But Funkhauser says yes. Okay, cool, sick. Yeah, I think it's also our anniversary that weekend, so I might have to do that. But I'm sure we can meet up or something real quick. And you coming down for KJ? So okay, sick. Yeah, I've been like MIA on all the Discords and everything, and from all the homies, just because I've been so locked in on this album. I mean, I'm not saying this to be weird, but like literally this album, just so literally only for like you might have saw me post it, but we're friends. But you know what I'm trying to say. I've been really hard at work on this, so but it launches on Friday, so that's why I've been like just nose to the grindstone, just like getting ready to like launch this thing. In fact, I'm signing the CDs right now, so yeah. But pretty much, I'll look up when KJ's show is. If it's anytime before I don't know. I'm also moving pretty soon, but I don't know. I want to go back outside. I haven't been outside of the studio in like a week now, so I'm itching to go outside. You get what I'm trying to say, Funkhauser. So it's been so grinding on this. But yeah, we'll kick it. That's what I'm really trying to say. I'm saying it in a very convoluted way, but yeah. But anyways, so yeah. So after I made all the new songs, what's it called? I had to remaster the album for retro formats, and that's what I pretty much call. I guess I'll reply to Funkhauser real quick. I was in the last tape you sent me today with a couple of friends. They loved it and thought it was crazy cool. Hey, I'm glad to hear. Thanks for showing some friends, dude. I appreciate it. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that you're getting some usage out of the tape. It's all going good and stuff. Hell yeah, dude. Thank you. I appreciate it. But yeah. So after I make all the new songs and stuff, then I always have to literally every song I make. So I think we've talked about this a bunch before. Like I know Roses and Timothy mentioned it before, but I put a lot of like different like crackles and ambience and stuff in all the songs, and for like the digital versions. But so whenever I have to do them for like retro formats, I call them, so like tapes and vinyl, they already have all their own pops and like weird stuff to them. So I have to go and re-export all the songs to not have that, so it doesn't double up, and it just doesn't. So or else it's gonna sound gross. You know what I mean? Because it's like double. It's like fake vinyl pops on top of real vinyl pops. It doesn't sound good. And all the little ambient sounds, I usually lower them too. Because like, again, vinyl, as we've talked about with OG, is just so sensitive to all these random little factors. I'm like, let me just not. Let me just not. So I'll like lower that. So it still comes in, but it's not like a big, it won't like overwhelm or make anything sound goofy because it's like the vinyl's trying to like be old. If that makes sense. Or tapes too. Tapes too are also like, can also be a little like get tripped up by all those little like ocean noises and stuff, or like arcade sounds and stuff that I put in there. So I lowered the volume on those by about 25%, I think. So yeah, so then when you have all the WAVs and that's all the audio files, and then you get the commission back from the artist, then you have pretty much the album. But somebody has to go and take the album cover and then redesign all the different elements to make it fit on a CD and stuff, which is another reason why it's awesome between me and Michaela, is that Michaela knows like, hey, Michaela knows that I like when she like draws things on different layers, because I don't know, sometimes I'll want like just the throne to like use it in a funny way on the overall graphic design of like the vinyl and stuff like that. So I usually ask her to do that. She's like, yeah, I don't mind, I can do that. I just, I keep it in mind when I make the thing. So then I have all these different like, different like PNG layers that I can then move around to like make, I don't know, like the CD, like this is a different, if Michaela were to like just draw this all in one layer, then it would be all messed up with the actual, like the, I don't know what I'm trying to say, like the text that says Groovy Kaiju. If that was on the same PNG layer as the actual character, then I couldn't mess with it because it would look all messed up. So thankfully, Michaela and I know, like I always make the request. So yeah. So then, so once you have that, then you gotta like, I'll put it right there, but then I gotta like, I need that same PNG for the back, and I'll move the little guy around. I gotta add the barcode, and then add all the track listing and stuff, and then you gotta do the side. Like someone has to design all, it's always me. It's not somebody, it's me, but you know what I mean? So even after you get all the music and stuff, then you gotta do the actual graphic design of the vinyl and all that. And you have to do it for tapes, vinyls, and CDs, and they're all different. The Funkhauser says groovy.wav. I know, yeah, dude. That's me. That's all the WAVs. Default name. Groovy.wav. But yeah. So yeah. And then in particular, I don't know if hopefully it doesn't show up on stream, but like you might have noticed on the product photos for the CDs, I always put like the Groovy Kaiju logo, but actually there's a bunch of there's no way you can zoom in and see that. There's a bunch of QR codes on the inside to give out like bonus features on the CD. So yeah. So like one of them is so I have to make all these like bonus features essentially for when you buy the CD that go in there. One's the time for the Kaiju Club. One's a live performance of the album. I've been doing that for every album, is I like record a live performance and I put it in the CD. And then one thing that's been really, really cool, and it's like a win-win. It's like a win-win. So this is I'm sorry y'all, but I'm exposing my marketing brain a little bit. If you buy a CD, I let people get, like there's a QR code on the CD that says, hey, let your friends scan a digital copy of the album. So it's really handy because sometimes people don't check their email and they'll get the digital version and be like, oh, it said it came with an MP3 download and I couldn't find it, but maybe like, I don't know, sometimes, emails are weird. So when they get the CD, it's like, oh, okay, well, I can still get a free version for myself. But the marketing is let your friend scan a digital copy. Because it says the QR touch is cool. I'm glad to hear it. Yes, I'm glad to hear that you like it. Yeah, it's a really nice way to like dive deeper to just, going into it. Because I also think like, if someone ever buys it and they're like, I'm gonna give it to, maybe I'll end up like a Goodwill or something, or like give it to like someone's literally told me like, yeah, I got it. And my older brother bought this, listened to it for like a year. And they eventually were like, you know what? Like I got a new car. I can't play CDs anymore. Here you go, little bro. And like the little brother will get it and be like, oh, who's Groovy Kaiju? Yada, yada. And they'll use the QR codes to like dive deeper and be like, this car is so cool. You know what I mean? So it's been like, yeah, the QR code touch has been a lot of fun. But I guess the most like win-win genius shower marketing idea I had was to let your friend scan the QR code to get a digital copy of the album. Because essentially what the website does, it takes you to, it's like, hey, look, you can literally download a free digital copy of the album, friend, or you can buy your own. You know what I mean? So it's like a way to be like a soft little, here's the free version, but if you do want your own CD, I can send one over to you, just let me know. And it doesn't do an amazing job. Like, it's not like everyone's friends are just now buying CDs, but like about like once a month, someone genuinely goes into their friend's car, opens the CD and goes, oh, I want a free version. And they click it and they're like, actually, you know what? This CD's kind of cool. I want my own. So like once a month that happens based on what I can see. So I'm like, hey, that's a, one step at a time. But then it's like kind of a win-win because then like everyone's happy. So yeah. So that's would recommend. And it's funny too because I saw Chance the Rapper. I got their new album. I know Simply Day. I feel like Simply Day was like, but anyways, Chance the Rapper. He did the same thing on his album, and I was like, he's also using his brain. But Simply Does is smart. Honestly, thank you. Yeah. But yeah, because it's like, how much cooler it is to be like, hey friend, there's this new artist I like. Go look him up on Spotify versus, hey friend, this new artist I like. Do you want a free Bandcamp code from him? Like, here's the QR code, and like, here's the CD, and here you can see. Like it's so much of a better like, yo, like I don't know. Do you like the first brand that came to mind is Snooper, because Net Navy likes Snooper. Like Net Navy was somebody, oh, you gotta listen to Snooper, and like it's like this indie rock band. But it's like, okay, I look up on Spotify, I look at their photos, I'm like, okay, they look whatever. But if he was like, yo, dude, like, you should check out Snooper, like check out the CD I got from him, and you can scan the QR code if you want. It's like so much more fun. Which I know is like also like a security thing, but it's just like, then you could be like, oh shit, like this CD looks pretty sick. That's cool. You like design, you know what I mean? Like it's just more tangible, dude. Like it's so much more of like a connection, and you could be like, oh shit, and he signed it for you, bro. Like that's pretty sick. Hell, you know what I mean? Like it's better than just being like, go to Spotify. You know what I mean? There's so much more of a story. It's more fun. So I don't know. So yeah. So then you have to make all those QR codes, which is like a whole thing. But I highly recommend. That is like, if you are, no matter what artist you are, I don't care if you're Kendrick Lamar all the way to you just made your first song yesterday, QR codes on the CDs. That's free game. That's, what's the meme? Would you rather have a dinner with Jay-Z or $1 billion? That's the dinner with Groovy Kaiju right there. Let's put the QR codes in the CD, goddammit. But anyways, I don't know why I put this over here. I'm looking for the box. So yeah, so then once you have all the graphic design made, all the QR codes made, then you can make the order. But here's the thing. Some like for vinyl, if I'm not mistaken, it takes about 10 business weeks for it to get made and sent to you. And then tapes take about 6 to 8. So before you can even like, Skyr, did I mess up? Would you rather have $1 billion Jay-Z? Wait, did I say that? I might have said that. But that are I messed up. I don't know. That's funny though. Either way, $1 billion Jay-Z. But yeah, I guess just to say it in case I like overglossed over it. But like, there's a meme that's like, because Jay-Z is known as like the business rapper. Some like the Sigma brain people will go, bro, would you rather have $1 billion or dinner with Jay-Z? Because like the idea would be, okay, Skyr says, no, I heard that from somebody else. Okay, sick. Thank you for clarifying, Skyr. but yeah, the meme is that like, because Jay-Z is so business brained, you could like earn your own $1 billion than just taking the $1 billion off of just what Jay-Z could tell you. You know what I mean? That's like the idea, but of course it's like, no, take the billion. What are you talking? Take the $1 million. What are you talking about? Anyways, so let me write down that I signed these so I know. Oh yeah. But so yeah, then you order all the stuff, right? And to get the vinyl made, it takes about 10 weeks. To get tapes made, it takes about 6 to 8. So then you kind of just wait around 6 to 8 weeks, and you're like, damn, what do I do? Well, and then like the shitty part is that like it's not cheap. So it's like you kind of have to like, it's like almost like you bought a car. Like literally, it's like you bought a shitty Honda, because like a bad Honda is about $1,500. Like one that gets you from point A to point B. But imagine you like paid $1,500 for a Honda, and you're like, all right, cool, you can drive it in 10 weeks. You're like, bro, what? You know what I mean? You're like, damn, dude. So yeah, so you kind of just like take the L while you're waiting for your Honda to be delivered. If that makes sense. You can't actually do anything with it. So it's like, yeah, it's like imagine you like, bought a car for work, and it's like, yeah, but you still have to walk to work for the next 10 weeks. Like, damn, dude. That's a pretty good analogy, actually. Anyways, so yeah, you order the stuff, and in the meantime, there's so I was actually talking to Logan about this once when they came in the chat, but I'm about to break this down to y'all. Music registration is complicated. Essentially, you get paid 3 times for every song you make that you upload on the internet, if you're doing it right. The first way you get paid is just for the WAV file, so just the MP3 file. You get paid just for having that. It's called the master recording. So that MP3 file that everyone streams and listens to, you get paid for that. Then you get paid for technically four ways. Then you get paid for the idea of the song. So the idea of me going, I just wanna love you, love you. That you get paid for the idea of that chop. You know what I mean? And that's called publishing, I think. And then there's a third way, which honestly I don't understand how this one works, but I think it's I think the publishing is the idea of the song. And then the third way is that if someone ever performs your song, so like whenever someone like is at a coffee shop and they play your song in the coffee shop, just by happenstance, autoplay, who knows, like people will be playing your song, right? Like, and not the like, you know, oh my god, like everyone in the world's listening to us, but it's just like, you know, or maybe like yeah. So whenever like an audio device plays the sound of your music, that's its own royalty, and you get paid for that too. So far we're 3. It's the MP3 file itself, then it's anyone who ever produces the song. So even if they play it live at a show, like whoever plays the idea of the song anywhere, that's its own performance, and then the idea of the song itself gets paid. And then lastly, you get paid from radio by the US government directly. It's really weird. So after I send everything off to get made by the vinyl people, then while you're twiddling your thumbs for 10 weeks, then I'll go ahead and get it all registered for all those different places. So yeah, even for Monster Tape Zero, I got all these registrations made, low-key, just in case anyone's ever like, no, I made Monster Tape Zero. I'd be like, nah. Even though it's not released, I have all the different codes to be like, this is my song. So yeah, so even if you are keeping your music low-key, pro tip. I'm thinking like low-key, I think what I might do is I think I might re-upload Monster Tape Zero to DistroKid and just set the release date to like 2200 or something. You know what I mean? That way, even if like the world explodes, eventually it'll come out. But I'm afraid it would show up on my Spotify page and be like, new Groovy Kaiju album coming out in 2200. Wait, no, it's already, no, it's not. Okay, I'm sorry. It's 2026, not 2206. You know what I'm trying to say. Anyways. So yeah, so then you have, this is so much work already. We're not even halfway done yet. So, then if you're using your whole brain, you're gonna go ahead and make little accessories. So on Friday when the thing launches, I learned how to make fridge magnets. So I'm gonna do a little like, would you like fries with that? When you buy the album, that it'll give you stickers of the album that Michaela made. That Michaela should, set it up. So Michaela should get like a share of the profits from this, and fridge magnets. So if you like fridge magnets, I did those too. So essentially just another like quick little way to be like, yo, you're getting the album. You want some little accessories with it? So you gotta get those made too. So yeah. So it says, oh snap. Yeah, I mean, it's just little some. I think yeah. There's some little nice. Oh, want some more? Shouts out Simply Deo for showing me how to put this on Spotify. Rose says, neat. Yeah. So I mean, I know a lot of us here are artists and creators and stuff. So yeah, if you ever you release an album, you release something, dude, you get stickers and fridge mags. Stickers and fridge mags are never a bad idea to get made. Because worst case scenario, even if nobody wants them, no one's gonna be mad that you put a free sticker in their package, right? You know what I'm saying? So like, you really got nothing to lose by getting stickers and fridge magnets made. So you might as well. And Funkhauser says, fridge magnets are dope, put them on your car. So Funkhauser, actually, I want to put them on my car, but they're not like a fridge magnet. These ones aren't strong enough to stay on the car. I looked into like, and it's not that it's just mine in particular. Like I went to my actual my fridge and grabbed some magnets, and like there's no way if I'm going 80 on the freeway they're gonna stay on. There's no way. But they might, I don't know, maybe my car's just not magnetic enough. Because I think the clear coat messes it up. But it would be sick. I would love to put fridge magnets on my car. But yo, Jet, good to see you, dude. How you doing? Thanks for stopping by. And OG says, gotta head out, my man. Need to go, family man. Eat, dude. Enjoy eating, dude. Thanks for stopping by. It's always good to see you. And yeah, man, thanks for checking in on me. I appreciate you. I hope you're, glad to hear you're doing good and all that. And yeah, man, can't wait till next time we get to kick it out of a show or something. And Rosa says, ever since I got my hands on some WarioWare magnets, oh, that's so sick. I've been appreciating magnets. Yeah, no, for real. Yeah, what got me to appreciate magnets is honestly, so I used to like buy a bunch of car parts for like when I used to work on my car a lot more. And there's this company called Rock Auto. And essentially they have all the best deals on car parts, and every order they give you like a Rock Auto fridge magnet. So I have all these, and they always like send you a random one. So they'll send you like, and it's always like the funniest name. So it'll always be people from the South, and they'd be like, Gary from Alabama's 1973 Chevy Corvette made with Rock Auto parts. So it's like the most like, just, I don't know, it's just so silly. So because of that, I'm like, I need to get more fridge magnets made because I want to eventually turn the Kaiju Club car, like the Kaiju Club mail truck sticker, into like a Rock Auto style fridge magnet, just for my own like nostalgia. And for the people who get it are gonna be like, yo, you know what I mean? Anyways. Yeah, but magnets are cool, Roses. I'm glad to hear you're also getting magnets. Same. But and Roses a hydrate. Oh yeah, I got you. But Funkhauser says, I had one on my car for a while and it eventually started curling from the sun. Oh yeah. Yeah, after moving to the proper like deserty Southwest, yeah, dude, stuff just you put anything in your car and the sun is just gonna absolutely TKO it, dude. But Simply Dale says, I was thinking of either finding a strong enough magnet for the bumper or a front blank license plate and having the stickers posted on there. Oh, that'd be sick, dude. Yeah, because in California, they used to have, I just learned this recently from moving. In California, you have to have a front and a back license plate. But yeah, in Arizona, you don't have to have a front license plate. So I just took my front license plate off. Because they only gave me one. But yeah, that'd be a sick idea to have like a bunch of stickers, just like a sticker board on the front license plate. That'd be super sick, dude. Oh, you got the ideas, dude. You got the ideas, dude. Hell yeah. And Funkhauser says, for real? Hell yeah, dude. Rosa says, one last merch suggestion. What about a future keychain design being a bottle opener? They're useful over sodas, having those bottle caps too. Yeah. Yeah, I'm down. Future me, when I rewatch the VOD, add bottle opener keychain to merch to-do list. Yeah, because I honestly, I don't promote this at all, but like keeping it real, the Groovy Kaiju keychain, like this little corner, I mean, you can't see it. Shit. I don't know. The Groovy Kaiju logo, there you go. Maybe the little like sharp corner on it. It's not sharp. It's not actually sharp, but you know, it's an angle. It's a right angle. I use this little thing so much in my life. But I don't want to advertise it as like a tool keychain, but like low key, I be opening Amazon packages with this motherfucker. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I like little like handy things like that. I could totally imagine like the Groovy Kaiju mouth being a bottle opener. That'd be so sick. I wonder if it'll work. No, it has to be like more jagged. But yeah, I'd love to do something like that. Thank you, Roses. I appreciate all the merch ideas. Yeah, because when I do the surveys and stuff, usually a lot of it is just me like, I don't know. I just come up with stuff on the fly. But sick. But yeah, we were talking about making fridge mags. Yeah. So then, after you get all your accessories made and ordered, then since the vinyl takes 10 weeks to get made, around like week number 5 or 6, you'll get the test pressing in. And then the test pressing is like you pray that it didn't sound bad off of the vinyl master that you did. I taught myself how to master my own vinyl, and it's something I'm still trying to get better at because you only get so many shots at the net, you know what I mean? And but I feel like I've gotten pretty good at it. Every vinyl list I do, I take notes and I slightly learn how to get better at it. Which I'm sure a lot of you have the vinyl, so you would know. It sounds good, but I want it to like one day be like, you know, absolute like ear tickling good vinyl sound, which I know some vinyl engineers can get. Like, I don't know, if you listen to like a major label Kendrick Lamar vinyl, like, dude, those things sound like, what the heck? You know what I mean? So yeah. So you get the test pressing, which is like essentially your vinyl master, and you like hope that you like did all the little weird things correctly. Like mastering for vinyl, I know OG actually is a vinyl master, so they know how to do it. In my opinion, they kind of overhype how difficult it is. It's like, what's the term? It's like easy to learn but hard to master. I think it's one of those situations. But like all like the people who mastered it kind of are like, no, like you have to be a genius to do this. And it's like, well, I don't even be a genius. But to be an expert at it, oh yeah, you got to be a genius. That makes sense. Anyways, so you test your test pressings, and you have to find like at least 2 other friends that have their own record player and their own record player setup to like listen to the vinyl for you, to be like, do you notice anything weird about this vinyl? Like if you were to buy this, would you be like, huh, that's weird that this has like a weird noise right here. You know what I mean? So you have to hope that they didn't mess up on cutting the vinyl to like make the actual plates. Because essentially like what they do is they take your audio file and they like get like I don't know if it's steel, but like a big piece of metal. And they like actually like have a machine that etches in the grooves of the vinyl into this big piece of metal. And then they then use that big piece of metal to like stamp out into plastic to make all your records for you. So essentially what they do is they make the metal piece, and you know, you're hoping someone at their factory knows what they're doing, and then when they stamp out the test pressing, that's what you listen to, because that's what's then going to go onto every single record when they use it again and again. So you have to have like 2 or 3 friends listen to it, because you know you're going to be biased, but you want your friends to be like, yeah, this sounds good, or like, no, like why did it do that thing there? So thankfully there was no notes on Destroy All Monsters. Everyone said it sounded pretty good, so myself included. So I was like, sick. I let them know, okay, you can keep going. All right. So essentially all the merch is now on the way. All the music is made, all the merch is on the way. Now I gotta do even more stuff. You might notice, like keeping it real, I maybe spent about like 20 hours making the 2 new songs. Everything else I've mentioned adds up to about like, because I track about how many hours I assume it would take. 4, 5, 9, 11, 14, 16, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, so out of everything I mentioned, we spent just as much time making the music as we have releasing the music, and we haven't even gotten to actually releasing the music yet. We still got like another 20 hours worth of work to actually get the stuff out there. So after you you know, all the merch is on the way, now you can actually be like, okay, now that it's all on the way, I know what time it's all going to show up. Now I can pick a date to drop the stuff. And so here's where things get to be like, Ruby, you're fucking crazy. I used to work in engineering, and I was very data-driven brain, right? Super data-driven, like, okay, well, now that I have enough data to see, hey, look, I noticed during tax time, people have more money because they just got the taxes. So they're more likely to buy vinyl because they're like, hey, look, I've been hearing, been wanting one of Groovy Kaiju's vinyls for so long. Now's a great time. So I'm like, all right, cool. I should release this during like that time. You know what I mean? And now that it's been years of like doing these merch shops and stuff, I kind of know the peaks and valleys of things, right? But what was funny is that last year, everything I thought was gonna go right didn't go right. Like all the data was like, haha, JK. I was like, what? You know what I mean? Not that I'm mad, it's like no one's fault, but like part of it was like economy stuff. Part of it was like, I don't want to be political, but it was kind of political. Like political stuff happened that I was like, well, fuck, you fucking fucked up everything. You know what I mean? So because of all that, it's like, damn. So this is where we're gonna be like, Groovy, you're crazy. Now I use a mix of both. I can't even admitting this. Now I use a mix of both. What does the data say? I start there. What does the data say in terms of when has times looked really good for me? And then now I also go, what does the astrology say when I should drop this? So it's data first, and then for like should it be this week or that week? I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Maybe the stars know. I don't know. Like at that point, it's like I might either I guess or I look at the stars. You know what I mean? Like even if I'm wrong, even if it doesn't exist, I mean, it wasn't gonna make a difference either way. It seemed like, you know what I mean? So I use this thing called electional astrology now. On top of that, and on top of what the data says, and if you want to know the real cursed Groovy brain, how deep I got into all this, because I found out I have the same stars as Ariana Grande. Now I go and I look at Ariana Grande's Wikipedia. What is the equivalent time that something good happened to her that I should then drop mine? That's how crazy I am. Which I know sounds fucked up, but if it means anything, Destroy All Monsters New Game Plus Edition, I was born 2 years and 2 months after Ariana Grande. So 2 years and 2 months ago, Ariana Grande dropped her Billboard #1 single, Yes and. So if the album launch does good, all I'm saying is, shouts out to Ariana Grande 2 years ago for doing good. And the brother says, well, now I don't blame you. I know, that's the thing is I told some of my more like engineer friends and like other music buddies that I'm doing this, and they're like, you know what, man? Like, so the engineer friends are like, I mean, fuck it. And then my other music friends are like, yeah, I feel you. Like, I also sometimes don't know when the best time to drop an album is. So it's just like, whatever, whether it's flipping a coin, whether it's looking at what the stars are saying, whether it's asking your friends, like, if it works, it works. Like Simply Deo says it, if it works, it works. So that's why I chose Friday, January 30th, 2026, because every year now, like I think I mentioned that, like, because I think holiday sales, this is my first time launching something right in January, because it's hard, because like pretty much I'm spending the whole holidays, like all the stuff I just mentioned, all this happened like in October while I was doing the Kaiju Club survey, while I was doing, you know what I mean? So, and I was spending time with my family for the holidays, so I was like trying to juggle all these different things. So I never did a January launch because I'm just too busy. But I wanted to really get the data. I'm like, well, how would it go? How would it go if I dropped something in January? Because the Monster Tape, like as you can see, the Monster Tape Zero step does really good in January. So I was like, what's gonna happen? I don't know. You know what I mean? There's only one way to find out. So that's why I chose January 2026, and to get the exact weekend, use the stars. I used the stars and Ariana Grande to figure it out. So after you get past that step, then you got to go and figure out, okay, cool. So we know when we're dropping it. Now, one thing that's cool that I learned from like the indiepreneur people was that essentially from all the years of doing Groovy Kaiju, really it's like a store of a bunch of cool stuff, right? Like we got plushies, we got different CDs, we got stickers, we got fridge magnets. It's a store of cool stuff. Oh, Roses said to hydrate. Thank you, Roses. So we just got a bunch of cool stuff, right? And they said, I mean, if you're launching something, you might as well just be like, hey, do you want any of the cool stuff in the store? Because I know, like Simply Dale, you're probably just like, bro, like every time you might pick up something that's like, yes, I understand that you have plushies. No, which is fine. But like, you know, like literally, Marissa came by earlier, who was in the Instagram chat, like they just found out about me. So like to them, they're gonna be like, I didn't know you had plushies. I didn't know you had this. I didn't know you dropped a collaboration album just 6 months ago. So it's for them that you want to keep like reintroducing the stuff that you already have that you've made in the past. Because to them, it's like brand new. It's like, oh shit, yeah, hell yeah, I want that. So you want to plan what, like, would you like fries with that on every launch? Because one, it's new to them, but also two, you want to plan it in a way where it's like, okay, well, I'm doing plushies this time, but the plushies don't fit in the vinyl box. So it's kind of like, okay, well, let me plan it so that like, if, you know, the order amount makes sense to then be like, okay, well, now I'm shipping 2 packages. So at what point does it make sense to ask them, hey, would you want a plushie? Because I have to ship a whole other box for the plushie plus, you know what I mean? So you got to plan. You got to plan all that. But yo, Avis, I think that's how you say it. Aves, love your music. Thanks for stopping by. Good to see you. How's your Sunday going? But yeah, thanks for loving my music, dude. I appreciate it. So yeah, so then after I planned all like the, you know, for the album stuff, okay, we're launching this album and all that. Then it's, you know, would you like fries with that and all that? Avis with 100, thank you for the 100 emoji, dude. Oh, Simblideo says, yeah, you gotta reintroduce your newcomers. Wouldn't it make sense not to just cater to your previous buyers? Exactly, Simblideo. Yeah, the thing is that I feel like a lot of like artists and creators, like they kind of get like bogged down. And so this isn't like, I'm not trying to speak on everyone's behalf, but like, it's something I know I had to get over was this like, you know, I don't know how many times I like literally feel like the most broken disc record where I'm like, hey, did you know I have an album that you could get for free as long as you pay the ship? I've said that so many times over the past 5 years. I feel like everyone and their mom knows about this, but they don't. You know what I mean? Like there's always someone new that's like, oh wow, I didn't know that actually. You know what I mean? But I'm sure everyone else is like, bro, I've seen the same 4 punches. You know what I mean? But yeah, but simply, I'm glad you hear what I'm putting down. Simply, I was like, yeah, you gotta introduce stuff to newcomers. And the thing is, I've kind of like come to realize too is that even if like you, the artists, are getting tired of it, even the people that really like it, they're not tired of it either. You know, they're kind of like, hey, yeah, you know, I don't mind. Like I get, you know, I respect the hustle. Like, you know what I mean? I respect the hustle. I respect, or just, you know, it's never like, I don't know. I never get tired of seeing like, oh, Kendrick Lamar dropped new music, or Kendrick Lamar's talking about a song he already released. Oh, how dare he talk about something I already know about? Like, no, like, I want to hear Kendrick Lamar talk about the stuff he released every day. You know what I mean? Kendrick Lamar talk about the same thing over and over. I'd still be like, hell yeah, dude. Super Butterfly is dope. But yeah, if anybody else is plus, eventually, like I did, the buyer will buy what's advertised. Yeah, exactly. Same. I mean, dude, same here. Same here. I'm trying to think of what I just. Did I buy anything recently? What's the most recent thing I like bought that I saw? I don't know. Pretty much. I found like a creator, like a. I don't know. I've been like subscribing to a lot of like blogs lately. I actually hit a point where I was like, okay, actually, nah, I got too many subscriptions. So I've been cycling through them. So I like did like a purge, and now I'm like resubscribing. But like I found out there was this one creator, like an education creator, that all the other education creators were like, I learned it from that guy. So I was like, let me just go learn from that guy directly. So yeah, so to your point of the day, I also like, you know, if someone mentions the same thing enough, I'm like, hey, look, I'll throw down my $5. Why not? You know what I mean? So I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say. So we're talking about yeah. So we got all the upsells and stuff. Would you like fries with that? All what's called planned out and stuff. And then you get to film the live performance. So that's another good thing, dude. Honestly, that's another thing that I feel like people are like. I mean, you all know. Everyone in here knows that like when you buy something, if you buy an album from me, I tend to automatically send you a surprise email that's like, hey, did you know? Surprise! There's a live performance of this album, which you know we know there's one. But again, to someone new, that like moment of like, oh shit, like I got this album and they sent me a video of them performing it live before it even got to my house. Like, that's so sick. Aves asks, on your YouTube channel, do you do live with your music? Yeah, actually, if you want, Aves, you can just look up like Groovy Kaiju live set, and on the Oceanfront Online YouTube channel, I have I'm actually streaming them right now too, if you want, but no pressure. But yeah, I have like a bunch of like pre-recorded live sets on there of all me playing my own stuff live. So yeah, in this case, I'm talking about when you like, so I'm dropping an album on Friday. Like, it's like a remastered album, or like, for lack of better words, like a part 2 of an album, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna release like a live set when you get the album. That's what I'm mostly talking about. And it's just gonna be an unlisted video on the YouTube channel, but I have a bunch of other just publicly available, completely free YouTube videos of me just jamming out, dude. So yeah, so feel free to check it out if you want. But yeah, so I had to film a live performance for this, and like, dude, those are crazy. Because I don't know what it is about performing. I know I'm just pressing buttons. I'm just pressing buttons on an iPad, dude, but like, honestly, it's like more cardio than when I like spend an hour at the gym. I don't know why, but like when I'm playing live, like I'm not even just trying to be dramatic. Like, I for real, like when I would play shows, dude, I'd like get dehydrated and like just drenched in sweat. Cause I'm just like, for an hour straight, just like this. It's crazy cardio. And even when you're sitting in a chair, it's still just like crazy cardio. So yeah, the filming days for like live sets is like, dude, that's like a day. I have to take a shower afterwards. That's how bad it is, dude. And Funkauser real quick says, your Kaiju Club emos or something else? Love seeing them every week, sparks joy when I read them. Oh, dude, I'm so glad to hear. Thanks for letting me know, dude. Hey, hell yeah. No, I just be rambling in them. They're a lot of fun. What's it called? Then I just always like my whole mindset towards them, like for Funkhauser, I guess the way I think about it is part one is like, I think of like, what if I was running like a music Nintendo, but you ever had Nintendo Power or like Game Informer from GameStop back in the day, Funkhauser? Essentially, I'm thinking like, it's like Game Informer, but like for music that I like, except I'm the artist, but you know what I mean? So I always ask myself, like, one of my favorite artists is like Mind Design. I'm like, if Mind Design were to send me a magazine article about his stuff, what would be in it? And that's what I put into mine. You know what I mean? So like if Mind Design were to drop an album, what would the magazine look like if you were to drop it? You know what I mean? Or like the design even. So yeah, that's how I think about it. So every article I write really is just me thinking like, what would the magazine article look like in a Game Informer if there was a magazine of Groovy Kaiju? Or put in blank favorite artist name. You know what I mean? So yeah. And Simply Deo says, cause you dancing too along with the crowd, lol. Yeah. No, really, dude, that's really what it is. It's also funny. I mean, you're gonna experience it at some point, Simply Deo, but it's also like funny the crowd control you get. Cause like for dance shows, people tend to not be looking directly at the DJ because they tend to like dance with each other. But it's funny because like you can do like the smallest like hands in the air and everyone will be like, yeah. So it's like you kind of are like the what's it called? Oh, Provider came on. Actually, I can hear myself talking in the song. I'm gonna trip up my words. I'm sorry, y'all. I'll play another Monster Tape Zero song to make up for it. We'll put my, oh, yep, here we go. But it reads like a website. Yeah, exactly, Funkhauser. But yeah, oh, sorry, but yeah, when you start DJing publicly, you'll see that like when you like, because you're kind of like that's what I was trying to say, the conductor of the crowd as the DJ. Not only are you playing the music, but you're also like conducting like the fun that people are having amongst each other, if that makes any sense. So like if you want a moment for like people are like, oh my god, you know, like, and like no one's gonna be like, oh man, I'm rambling so hard.
From Luke.
Thank you, Luke. I appreciate you. Let me know if you're watching. I'll pack it for you right now. But you know what I'm saying? So I hope you get what I'm saying. But like you're playing the music and you're like kind of directing people of like, here's how you have fun to this song. Whether you're like dancing or you're like putting your hands in the air or you're just like, I don't know. One of my like, if, you know, like the starting soons, streaming soon. That's like a clip of me like with like the glow sticks being like, yeah. Because like if you notice, people in the crowd also have glow sticks, so they're kind of like, yeah. So yeah. Yeah, so they did. Okay, cool. Absolutely, like setting up for the beat drops to get everyone involved, make everyone feel included. Exactly. So like some people are just in the back, like drinking, like hanging out with their girlfriend. Some people are like watching you because they're like, yeah, like this is so much fun, and like they look at you to be like, I'm included. So it's like, yeah. So like you're kind of conducting, like, yeah, it's crazy. But you get what I'm saying. You said it way better than I did. But yeah. So I filmed the live performance for Destroy All Monsters New Game Plus, and then you got to edit the video. And what I like to do is I like to add like a bunch of like just like relevant little like YouTube clips I find online, and I usually disable monetization because I'm not trying to make money off of other people's videos and stuff. But if you still see ads, I'm not making money off it. I shouldn't. I might, I shouldn't be, but because YouTube will put ads whenever they feel like it. But I always give them credit in the description and stuff like that. But anyways, pretty much I just do it in front of a green screen, and then I edit like a cool little video in the back. So it's just some fun little visuals, and like people can throw it on at work or something. It's just like a fun way to like get hyped for the album that you just bought, if that makes sense. Or listen to the lights, and people like the light set more. So yeah. So anyways, so we get that film, you have to edit it. So it's like another like 4 hours of just like getting all the clips and stuff and organized to like green screen myself out and everything. And then at that point, I know I said I mentioned order the tapes and the vinyl. At this point, because CDs are so fast to get made, I'll order like demo CDs. So pretty much those are just to like confirm things look good on the CD and stuff. Because with CDs, it's like, because they pump them out so often, sometimes the colors might come a little funny than you expected and stuff like that, or like maybe the hardest part, dude, is lining up the spine on the CD, because the spine is so small. It's like tough to get it perfectly centered. So sometimes I have to order demos, like 5 copies, fix the centering, and then reorder the big batch. So yeah. And then so then you finally get the CDs in, and everything starts coming in, and then you got to work on the actual marketing. Actually, not yet. Well, yeah, actually, yeah. We want to consider this marketing. And Kick Game says, you don't get paid off of ads, that's wild. I was doom scrolling down feeds. Next thing I know, I'm halfway dancing while trying to poo in the bathroom. That's a hell yeah, dude. Thanks for letting me know. I mean, that's just like a funny story. Thanks for like, that's so that's relatable. I've been there too, like watching reels, just trying to like go to the bathroom at the same time. But no, I mean, on some videos I do. Well, I guess what I was trying to clarify is that in like, if I ever make like a video in which I like maybe use someone else's like gameplay footage of like a video game, I will purposely not monetize those videos because I don't know the person. I kind of jocked it, I'm not gonna lie, but I still give them credit. But I try not to like make money off of other people's work. Like if I know that I legally can't use it, I tend to just err on the side of like, you know what, let me just not monetize it. But what's it called? But if it's ever like, I don't know, like when I upload the full album, just the audio file with just like the art, that I always what's it called? Will monetize and stuff, because it's like, I paid and made everything myself. Yeah, you know what I mean. So yeah. But yeah, Kick Game, thanks for looking out for me though. Yeah, I definitely do be getting. I mean, it's not much money to be honest. Like unless you're like getting like millions of views, you ain't really making money. You know what I mean? Unless you live in like a like not U.S. country. But anyways, so yeah, so now that we have all the merch starting to come in, when it all comes in finally, then you could actually do all the product photos. So the product photos, that's actually a lot of fun. So I made the sickest video. I'm so hyped for y'all to see it. I mean, it's not gonna be like that amazing. It's just like literally just me being silly. But dude, I fucking got some Heelys, dude, and I got like heels in them. So like the wheels, and I did a kickflip with the Heelys. I think y'all were there when I like hurt my back really bad. But yeah, dude, I did a kickflip, and I jump off the board. So I land the kickflip, I jump off the board, and then I go into a Heely, and I'm holding the vinyl. Dude, it's like, it was so hard to get it done. But and then I did one of like the Destroy All Monsters intro where it's like, yo, it's Aaron's manager, check out this vinyl. But then my girlfriend had me go around doing just a bunch of like funny little things here and there, where like I pretended like I was cooking vinyl on like a park barbecue thing, and I did a bunch of silly stuff with the tape. I don't know. It's really adorable. So I made a whole Instagram reel, and I had to take product photos outdoors in the park. So you have to like take a ton of photos, and then you got to edit them. Then you got to edit the video too, right? So yeah. So even just getting like the product page and all the photos you need set up, that's also its own like, that's like its own like 12-hour project. But the product photos look good though. And I don't know. I'm not single, but I am not single. But if I was, it would honestly, I have so many photos. Like I never would take photos of myself. Now I have so many photos of me. I'm not gonna like, I wouldn't make like a Tinder or anything with like me and my album, but you know what I mean? Like even just like candid photos. Like I've never taken so many photos of myself in my life. You know what I mean? From all like the different stuff I have to do. So pro tip, maybe it's worth doing it just to get more photos of yourself, man. Just so you can look back and be like, that's what I looked like back then. Whether or not it's for romantic reasons. You know what I mean? So yeah. But so yeah. So then after you do that, then you're gonna make, so then this is like after you have the product photos, you make the whole Shopify product on the Shopify backend, get all that set up, make the discount codes. And then the last big thing, so now we're finally, after all this, that was like, literally I've been working on since like October of last year. Now we're finally to like this week. This week, I have my own website builder thing called Doubloon. And it's what you go through to get to the Must Tape Zero thing. So like whenever you go to the Must Tape Zero free CD thing, if the website loads up, that looks like very bare bones minimal. Some people are like, this looks so sketchy. I'm sorry. But the reason why it looks like that is because it's super lightweight. Like you could load it like in the bathroom in a tunnel on a train. That's how like small the website is. So you can like load it no matter what. I purposely made it super lightweight so you can like load it no matter how bad your internet is. And Kick Game says, real quick, 50 years from now, telling my kids a back in my day story. Yeah, pretty much, dude. That's what I feel like I'm doing. Wait, I'm just breaking down how all this like album launch came together that I'm about to do on Friday. Because I have a lot of friends, Kick Game, that also make music, and sometimes they'll ask me like, hey, what do you do to launch an album? And I'm like, honestly, dude, it's taken me an hour and a half before to break it down. So, yeah. So like, you know, people ask me like shows and stuff. So now I have plus I think it's just, I don't know, it's fun. I've been like talking to people, but you know what I'm trying to say, just breaking down for like future friends that might ask me like, how do you do your album launches? So yeah, but it very much is like a back of my day story though, for sure. But yeah, so the whole timeline of everything I've been talking about for the past hour and a half, we just now are getting to like this week. And the reason why I've like been MIA this week is because I built my own website thing, that super lightweight website thing that you can load anywhere. And but I wrote that code myself. That's all written with these hands. These hands made that. You know what I'm saying? So because of that, I just like threw it together, and all it really does is just like ask you, hey, do you want this, this, and this? Okay, cool, and then takes you to an actual, for real, billion-dollar company website that's like Shopify. So all it really does is like build a cart for you and then tell you, okay, here's all your stuff, Shopify, can you go charge them for it? You know what I mean? It's almost as if like you like walk into a store and like you go, I don't know why Ulta comes to mind, but like, I don't know, imagine like walking to what's a place where they do this? Guitar Center. You know, when you go to Guitar Center, they're trying to make a commission off. I mean, not that I'm not trying to make a commission off you, but like, imagine the Guitar Center employee is just like, oh, hey, do you like guitars? You buy the guitar. Hey, by the way, you know, you should also buy this. You should also buy it. So it's pretty much that's what the website does. And then it takes you to the checkout counter. And it's like, all right, cool. I'll catch you around. Take it easy. My name was Jake. And they walk away. So that's essentially what my website does. It just like asks you if you want certain things, and then it takes you to the checkout counter. That makes sense. Yeah, but the thing about that website is that, oh, hey, Colin.
New merch order from Colin.
Thank you, Colin. If you're watching, let me know. I'll pack it right now. I appreciate you, Colin. But the thing about my custom website that I built that's kind of goofy is you have to like, it's like the sketchiest, like not for the person, but for me, it's like the most like only I know how to use it form to like build the websites. But I have to do that for this. I have to make the whole like website essentially, like the configure the website for each launch, right? But this one was extra time consuming because we're dropping vinyl and cassette tapes and CDs, right? Well, what if someone wants a vinyl and a tape? What if someone wants all three? What if someone just wants one? So I had to literally make 27 different websites depending on, hey, do you want one? You want this one? Do you want this combination? You want that combination? And then I think it was like, the reason why it's 27 is because it's about like 9 different ways you can combine the bundle. Plus we have the Monster Kingdom, which is like the, super supportive folks for Groovy Kaiju. Like, so they get like the mega best discount, and then the Kaiju Club, which is like people who like get the emails and stuff. It's all complete, that one's free. And then it's just everyone else that's like on Instagram that's like, bro, I will never ever give you my email, which is like, that's fine. But so depending on like what level in the fan club, or if you're not in all, you have to times that by 3. So I had to make like 9 times 3, so 27 different links to like each combine the discount. It took forever, but I did it. And I had to double and triple check all of them, you know what I mean? So that's why I've been MIA, because I've been building all those different websites. I mean, MIA to like anyone outside of the stream. So yeah. So then once you have all your websites and all your links ready, then now we're at the last step. This is what I've been doing literally yesterday, was write up all the different like posts to be like, hey, did you know I'm doing this? Hey, did you know? You know what I mean? Just try to say the same thing 4 different times and then schedule the posts across 4 different days. And then, send out all the emails to the different Kaiju Club versus Monster Kingdom, and then make sure you use the right link where like you're not leaking the discount to the wrong people, and so on and so forth. And adding different images so they're not just sending the exact same image every time. And so, I also like try to like, the reminders actually are good, because some people deadass will tell me like, oh, hey, like, you sent it, you launched it on Friday, but I don't get paid the next week. And then like, they're like, actually, and they're like, but I'll remember. And then like, they're like, actually, I almost forgot. I'm glad that you gave me a reminder. So I always send 2 reminders, but I also don't want to just be like copy paste. I feel like it's kind of rude. So I'll go in there, I'll at least change a few things in like the email to be like, hey, look, like, send you a reminder. Here's what's going on. Like up to the times, like for example, you'll see in updates, I'm like, hey, this launch promotion only lasts this long because I'm moving on. Literally, I mean, you everyone here who's been on the stream knows I'm actually for real moving. But I'm moving on the 9th. I'm gonna start actually moving. So because of that, I'm like, hey, look, launch promotion lasts this long because on the 9th, I'm moving. You know what I mean? So I went through and made sure that on all the emails I send, it's like, hey, I'm moving next month. I'm moving on Monday. I'm moving tomorrow. You know what I mean? So it's like, it doesn't sound like I just copy pasted the same thing over and over. Because it's kind of, I respect your time. I'm, you know what I mean? So yeah. I'm not going to be rude. But then, yeah, and you send all those emails, and you send all the posts, and I'm probably going to make a post on Reddit, too, because low-key, I originally launched this album with, funny enough, Mr. Mello. We used to help out with Plaza Records, but back when I was hanging out with a lot more, like, core Vaporwave people, I'm the regular. I don't, like, not hang out with them anymore. We don't want to say. But, like, we were more regularly hanging out, like, during the pandemic days and stuff like that. This album launched then, so I think there's some people that are, like, more like Reddit Vaporwave folks that would be like, oh shit, yeah, I'm down to get this, you know what I mean? Because I remember when it launched. So yeah. And that is how you drop a Groovy Kaiju album. It only took us 2 hours to explain that. Hell yeah. Thank you for listening. What did they do back in the day? The whole Professor Groovy. Maybe we should do one of those. Maybe we should do like a Professor Groovy stream or something. But I feel like my ramble, I feel like you need like I need to make an actual syllabus or something. Like actual slides, because there's so much rambling. So yeah. Yeah. Roses says, that was such a good breakdown. Thank you, Roses, I appreciate it. But yeah. But that's the thing about like making music though, or anything creative, is that honestly, after everything I explained, like, that's why when I'm like, I make music sometimes, is because like out of this whole story, only making 2 songs was like 10% of everything you had to do. You know what I mean? So that's why I really feel like I only make music sometimes, because out of everything I'm doing is like so little is actually making the music. Sadly, but it is what it is. Somebody else says, "Thank you for coming to my TED Talk." Yeah, dude, for real. Yeah. And to be fair though, the only reason why it's like so little this is because I mentioned a couple times about hopefully hiring on some help, getting like an assistant or something, because then they could totally be the person like, hey, I make the one website and be like, hey, could you like do this 26 more times? You know what I mean, for me? type of thing. So then I could spend more time making music. Because I want to get to a point where like, I think Kendrick Lamar mentioned that like, or all the artists mentioned like, I have like 800 songs in the vault. Or like Prince like had so many more songs to like release. But like really what I think they do is that like, when it's time to make an album, I think they have like an idea, they'll make like 100 songs and they'll like pick the top 10 out of the 100. And I want to get to that point where I can like have all these different songs, put the other 90 in the Monster Kingdom, but then like the 10 that come out are like, they're like, oh my God, this is the best thing ever made. You know what I mean? So yeah. But because of this whole like doing everything myself, I like really have to be like, I have to like, I don't know, it's kind of sad to say, but I have to be like really, really certain the song is good to make it worth finishing. You know what I mean? Which is a bit of a bummer, because like sometimes the song's not good until like the very end, that you're like, oh wait a minute, this all kind of came together. But if I can't tell that my time is worth finishing the song, like if it's unclear if it's going to sound good by the time I'm done with it, I'm like, all right, cool, just gotta start over. You know what I mean? I gotta cut my losses. So there's probably a few that like unfinished songs I have that could be good. I just don't have the time to finish them. But hopefully that changes pretty soon. So yeah. But yeah, that for real. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. For real, for real. All right, what else I want to tell y'all about? Now we can talk about funny stuff. And if anyone ever has questions, they can always just what's it called? Oh, super random, but my I hope she doesn't mind me saying this, but my girlfriend met Nile Rodgers at the airport today. Because she worked at the airport. You know Nile Rodgers, like from Daft Punk, and I mean Cheek. You know what I mean, like the legendary guitarist. He like happened to be at the airport.
New merch order from Alessandra Jane.
Yay! Thank you, Alessandra. I appreciate it. If you're watching, let me know. I'll pack it for you right now. And if I ever consider making my own tracks, I'll come back to this. Hell yeah, dude. Well, that's the thing too, is I was really hoping that, I don't know, if anyone ever comes by this, they could be like, oh hey, actually this is really good information. You know what I mean? And so on and so forth. I want to do one on like how to run a show still. Because I was thinking like that one I actually want to make slides for, but I think I might just say like, you know what? Nah. Next one might be the how to run your own show. But yeah. This video, and Rosa said, whoa, wow. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she just sent me a picture of her with Nile Rodgers, and he's just like, hey. I'm like, holy shit. Motherfucking Nile Rodgers. He made Get Lucky, dude. With Daft Punk, that's crazy. But Kick Game says, pump out all your ideas. I always don't know what TBF means. I know I'm such an unk for that, but I don't know what TBF means. Oh no. Not everything you do can turn into gold. Plus, you never know who might like it or not to keep at it. Yeah, exactly, Kick Game. Well, I think I get what you're trying to say though, Kick Game. Yeah, that's the thing, is that like, I'm very much on the side of like, put everything out that you make, because you never know who's gonna like it and who, you know what I mean? In fact, a story I often tell is that Take My Song, Take Me Back to Shinjuku is like one of my best songs in terms of like, how it performed. And it shows, honestly, when I drop it. And I almost didn't release it because like, I just wasn't feeling confident in it. And it went off to be like one of my best songs. You know what I mean? But I guess in this particular case, it's like the songs will be like literally, oh, to be fair. Oh shit, thank you, Kid Game. I've always wondered what it was. I'm gonna use that all the time now because I always say to be fair. That's like one of my catchphrases, honestly. But Kid Game, yeah. So I 100% agree with you. But I guess in this particular case, it'll be like literally like I just took the sample, I added some drums to it, and then maybe I like chopped it up a little bit, and it's just like, I could sit here and find the chops in it, but it would take me like at least like way longer than I know I would like to spend on it versus just starting a new song. You know what I mean? But it's mostly because I'm always on such a time crunch with music stuff that I'm like, I don't have the time to like explore the songs that could be. You know what I mean? And I want to get to the point where I can do that, where I can be like, you know what? I'm making this song today, and if it takes me 3 hours, it takes me 3 hours. Who cares? But now I'm like, no, I have to know that it's gonna be good if I'm gonna spend 3 hours on it. That makes sense. Or I mean, if it's gonna take me like 10 hours, you know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, so that's cool. I was like, oh shit. I mean, super random thing, but dude, I'm officially the healthiest I've been in the past 3 years. I grew a bunch of muscle, and I weigh like 219. So I lost, I think, about like 10 to 12 pounds. So I'm now like healthier than I've ever been since like, the healthiest I've ever been since like, I got my job at Dunkin' Donuts when I was in college. And that's good to hear. Oh, I hydrated for you, Roses. Thank you, yeah. And Funkhauser, let's go. I know, dude. I've been going to the gym, dude. Getting ripped. So super thankful for that, to be in good health and to be healthier than I've ever been. I'm like, hell yeah. And then other than that, what else I want to tell y'all? Oh yeah, Roses heading out. Thanks for stopping by, Roses. We will enjoy the rest of the stream. Have a great night, and thanks again for the support. And I'm glad to hear everything made it to you safe and sound. And yeah, thanks for stopping by, Roses. Always good to hear from you. Always good to see you. And then dude, gas in Phoenix is only $2.60 right now at Sam's Club per gallon. I was like, dude, what? Every time, because I don't know, just living in California my whole life, we're like in 2008 California gas prices out here, and I'm like, that's crazy. And then it looks like I got a bunch of videos of the ducks. So I go on a walk every morning, and there's a bunch of ducks. And like, I don't know, the ducks, sometimes what they'll do is they'll do this funny thing where like they'll be swimming and they'll just go complete 180 into the water. So they'll just like have like their heads completely submerged and like their legs are just in the air, like still paddling even though they're not paddling through the water anymore. I don't know what they're doing. I think they're trying to eat something. But so yeah, I have a bunch of videos of ducks doing that. And then there's an artist named Darklord Escada, so like DARKLORD_ESCADA. They made a super sick thing on Instagram. Logan did a really cool like fan art of Groovy Kaiju once. And I felt bad because we tried to do a collab post together, but for some reason Instagram just wouldn't let it happen. It like I sent him a screenshot like, dude, it literally will not let me accept your collab post, and he was like, that's weird. I was like, yeah, I want to so bad. But anyways, they made a super sick post of like, it was like with some of the art, and it just says Godzilla loves Detroit. I'm like, hell yeah. But Sky says ducks be little goofballs. Yeah, they really are, dude. I'm like really starting to take a liking to ducks, dude. And it's funny because one of my like homies in LA, her name is Duck Girl, and she makes super sick beats, and she's like throws hella cool like hip hop shows and stuff. But I don't know, her whole like everything is like ducks, you know what I mean? And now I'm kind of like, dude, Duck Girl kind of saw the future, dude. Duck Girl knew what was up. But yeah. But what else I want to pick up with y'all? You ever watching a bunch of like fitness videos? So you know, I've been really getting into fitness low key. That's been a lot of fun. There's a guy named Jeff Nippard, which is like a really interesting name. He's like a Canadian fitness influencer. Weird, like what I like about his stuff is that he drops. Oh my god, brings in a bunch of like scientific studies and stuff. Like he'll bring up like the actual like white paper, for, like certain like exercise things. I'm like, yes, science. No, Nacho Libre. I believe in science. That's me, dude. I'm El Skeleto, bro. I'm like, bro, I believe in science, bro. But Kick Game says, the one thing in life we don't have enough and can't get back, time, and Orca Adventure reminds me of a great time period in my life. Oh, dude, I'm so glad to hear that Orca Adventure does that for you, dude. Yeah, that means a lot, man. Hell yeah. Yeah, funnily enough, Kick Game, actually Orca was another song that I almost was like, you know, we'll see how it does. And it's like, the song did really, really well. But yeah, dude, honestly, dude, same here though. Cause like Orca very much is like, to me, when I was making it, very much was just like, what I had in mind a lot of was playing Sega Dreamcast as a kid. Like playing Sonic Adventure on my Dreamcast when I was young. And I remember like, I don't know, I just remember I lived in this house that was like super fun. It had like a bunch of pomegranate cheese. And it was just a good time, dude. I remember how I used to have friends over all the time. And we'd like play Sonic Adventure, Loki. That's like what the song was really inspired by. So like, it also reminds me of a time that like, sometimes I wish I could go back to, you know what I mean? So yeah, dude. I'm glad it does that for you too, dude. Hell yeah. And Funkhauser says, I went to ABQ Comic-Con last week. Oh, sick. How was that, Funkhauser? I haven't been to a convention in a long time. I want to go back to more. I think Phoenix Fan Fusion's coming up. So I'll probably try to go to that, but yeah. And Kick Game says, that's the first thing I thought of as Sonic when I hear it, but it's much more smoother. Yeah, exactly, dude. Yeah, so that's a lot of like what I try to do is I'll like, whenever I make songs, I usually like make half the song and then I ask myself, what does this remind me of? And then I'll like go deep into like that direction. So when I was making the song, I was like, this hell reminds me of like that one specific part in Sonic where like the whale chases you. You know what I mean? In Sonic Adventure. So, and I don't know, and then I looked up like what the original song sounded like and I was like, oh, it does kind of sound like that. So then I just kept pushing it in that like more Sonic nostalgia direction. Like, I don't know if you can hear it too, but in like the background of the song, I actually found a recording of like an old 90s computer that, you know how like all the old consoles made those like noises, like they made that like that, like just that 90s computer sound. And it goes in the song Orca, I had that going the whole way through. Because I felt like all like the little ambient details like that, like I tried to like, what did it sound like in my room when I was that, you know what I mean? When I was that young. And I just remember hearing like that song and like the Dreamcast, you know what I mean? So I wanted that same effect. But to your point about being much smoother is that I also then, not that I'm just like only going for the nostalgia, I also try to like, you know, another thing about my memories too is when I think back to them is I feel like they're more saturated, if that makes any sense. So like, I'll remember stuff and I just, all the colors, like it's like more, it's like dim. Yeah, all the colors are like punchier, if that makes sense. Whenever I remember stuff, like the videos play in my head in my memories. So I try to do that with my music too, is that like, how do I remember it? And like also add that like oversaturation, but like in sound. Does that make sense? I hope so. I know I'm kind of going way off the rails of reality, but like, you know, that's art. But Funkhauser says, lots of fun. Went with my cousin, talking about the Comic-Con. With my cousin, she had a great Hawks from My Hero Cosplay. Oh, sick. Tons of actors and voice actors and love the Artist Alley. Dude, Artist Alley is always so sick, dude. Artist Alley is, I mean, it's perfectly rated, but I love going to Artist Alley. I'm glad to hear it, dude. Glad you had a good time, dude, yeah. I think I get into cosplaying one of these days. It's another one of my, like, when I have money, things I gotta do. And Kick Game says 100%. Okay, sick. I'm glad to hear you get what I'm putting down, dude. Because yeah, yeah, that's just how I'll be doing it. It's pretty much like the philosophy of my music is just like, how do I recreate my oversaturated memories? And then yeah, here we are. Funkhauser says, I got some VTuber stuff. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, I got VTubers are kind of sick. I haven't watched them in a long time, but there was a hot second where I was watching the Guargura, the shark one, the shark VTuber. But there's like so many now. And the Funkhauser, she's so good. I know her stuff is kind of funny. Yeah, that's cool. You got some VTuber stuff, dude. She's a new character now? What? Oh, shit. I'll have to look that up after this, dude. I'm trying to keep up with the Guargura lore. It's also funny that the VTubers started getting involved with like baseball teams. I think that's so fucking sick, dude. Like I remember like the Dodgers had like a VTuber night. I was like, yo, Sameko Saba? Alright, sick. Future me, when I rewatch the VOD, look up Sameko Saba. Like same SAMEKO SABA. Yeah, because I listened to all the VODs on ×2 speed while I'm at the gym. Actually, low-key, I haven't listened to the last one. I'm lagging on the last VOD we did for the last stream because I've been just like so like I can't like listen to myself talk while I'm writing like emails and stuff for like the launch we're doing. So because of that, I was like, oh shit. So I just listen to music. But next time I get the chance where I'm doing something where I don't have to like lock in, I'm gonna rewatch the VOD and I'm gonna look up some Miko Saba, dude. Thank you, Funkhauser. But yeah, and we talked last time about Newport's music video that they dropped. And I watched like a really interesting video recently about for this creator named Diggon, so Diggon. It's kind of longer than it needs to be, but it is like a fun exploration of like, and the title is the weird, oh my god, the weird world. Talking like Elmer Fudd. The weird world of indie social media. But real quick, Simply Dale says, every now and then I think about betting on the Dodgers because of the sponsors and the ads are working. Yeah, dude. No, for real. Yeah. The ads are definitely working, dude. Yeah, like if I'm not mistaken too, like there's so much like foreign investment into the Dodgers too because of Shohei and everything that like, yeah, they just get like a ton of, it's like, so some of it is like anime too powerful. Cause like, I think, actually, okay, we can get into this. All right, Funkhauser says Newport video goes hard. It does go super hard. All right, I agree. It was like honestly like one of the coolest things I've ever seen. I need to have Newport to like work with me on the video at some point. Yeah, Newport and I need to start working together. I actually commissioned him for something, but like I was like, yeah, like I sent him all the assets to do something, but then he got busy, or they got busy. One of these days. But okay, Simply Dale. So low-key, I'm like a baseball fan. I'm not like, oh, did you see that? Like this pitcher got you. I'm not that deep, but I like going to baseball games, and there's a YouTube channel called Baseball Doesn't Exist, right? And it's actually a hella good video. It's like they just tell like really funny stories about like baseball and like baseball history, which I don't know. I think it's because I played baseball when I was a kid. Like my mom made me, so because of that, I have like some like love-hate relationship with baseball. But as I get older, I'm like, hell yeah, I used to play you know what I mean? Like back literally, like I was saying earlier, back in my day. You know what I mean? Like I hated it when I was a kid, but now that I'm an adult, I'm like, I can re-enjoy this now that I'm like a layer removed. Anyways, yeah, because Shohei, like, you know, is like mega star athlete, dude, in Japan, like he is humongously big because he's like, you know what I mean? So the reason why they wanted Shohei was one, because he's a dank player, that's why he's so popular, but also like the Dodgers are just printing money from Japanese companies that want to like advertise, because in Japan, like baseball's bigger than it is out here. Like I think 70% of the population watched the US World Series because of Shohei. You know, like some crazy number, like way more in the US. I mean, way more in Japan than in the US. So because of that, like if you're a Japanese company, like you want to advertise on the Dodgers, like just even little like when they're pitching and stuff, like when they're up to bat, like the little like side ads on like the behind the plate, bro, that is prime real estate if you are a Japanese company. So because of that, yeah, they just got like, so like, and that's why all the anime stuff's come around, right? And another reason, so anime's coming to Dodgers in baseball because of Shohei, because like, you know, not only are they advertising to us, but they're advertising back home too. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, watch the new anime. So yeah. But the other level of it too is sports is in a really bad spot right now because their like average sports game viewer and stadium attendee is someone who's older. Like, ain't nobody Gen Z going to the Dodgers game. You know what I mean? Like, I tell people I go to baseball games and they're like, that's weird. You know what I mean? Like, even my friends are like, you want to go see baseball? I mean, okay, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, they're like, why don't we just go to round one? You know what I mean? So because of that, like, you know, all the sports, like literally every U.S. sports organization is kind of like shitting bricks, if I'm not mistaken. This is all just based on YouTube videos I've watched. So who knows that, but baseball things seems pretty on it. Anyways, so they're shitting bricks, right? Because they're like, oh fuck, Gen Z doesn't like baseball. What are we gonna do? Skyer says, ain't nobody Gen Z who can afford to go probably. So Skyer, yes, but also, dude, keeping it real, Skyer, so here's my thing about baseball. It's less, so it is fun to keep up with it, but it's less about like the, oh my God, like they threw the ball and it was so fast, and dude, go, especially out here in Arizona, and Dodgers games, yeah, those are $1 billion, but out here in Arizona, dude, I can get tickets in the nosebleeds where like, when you're in the nosebleeds, they don't care where you sit. Like there's no security guy being like, this is your seat. You can just hang out in like the stadium on the nosebleeds, dude. Tickets for like $12, which is like, you know, still money, you know what I mean? But like $12, dude, and you take the light rail down in Arizona, you can probably go watch a baseball game, the whole high level production, like $20. You know what I mean? And that's how much, and dude, like for like honestly, for the price of a bowl of ramen plus tip, you could, and they got dollar hot dogs too, and you can bring your own food. So I'll pop up like, you know, a whole big ass bag of popcorn. I'll bring my own popcorn, pay my $10 ticket off the, you have to use one of the ticket resales, so to be fair, not off like Arizona Diamondbacks official, but like you can use like, you know, SeatGeek, not sponsored. They pay, I mean, if they want to sponsor shit, but not sponsored. SeatGeek, StubHub, like all those like ticket resale websites. Yeah, those are pretty good. Like again, if it's like the Dodgers versus the Marlins, dude, like yeah, like, you know, but like Dodgers is always gonna be expensive, and it sucks because like the way it's built. But like Diamondbacks, dude, you can take the light rail to downtown, boom, you're there. And like I think I saw Diamondbacks is actually a good team, so like that's actually surprising it's so cheap. But then the Marlins, horrible team, dude, that was $6 per ticket in the nosebleeds. So me and my girlfriend went for $12. I was like, dude, where else can you get, and like you can't even buy a movie ticket for that cheap. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah. And somebody does says, oh damn, that's super good. Yeah, it is. But in Skyer, I thought it'd be more than that. So like when the Dodgers came to Arizona, yeah, those tickets were like $50 for nosebleeds. It was fucked up. But like if you're in like not California, and your team isn't like going to the World Series every year, like, bro, you know, you just keep an eye on it. You'd be like $10. Like, and I heard and like sometimes they'll do things where it's like, hey, free hot dog for every attendee. Like they'll do some crazy things because like keeping it real, dude, like keeping it real, I think the stadiums have like 20,000 seats. You know what I mean? Like something crazy. Like, you know what I mean? So because of like, how, like think about it. How the hell do they get 20,000 people? Like how, I don't know. I think it's more than that, dude. Diamondbacks stadium capacity. Yeah, just the one Arizona Dodger Stadium. Arizona Stadium is 48,000 seats. You know what I mean? So because of that, oh shit.
New merch order from Evan.
Thank you, Evan. I appreciate it the support. Yeah, if you're watching, Evan, let me know. I'll pack it right now. But like, I don't know. The point I'm trying to make is like, Arizona Diamondbacks, like, the stadium's 48,000 seats. I only know 2 people that like baseball. They get 48,000 people there. You know what I mean? And Sky, yeah, they ain't feeling that even on a good year. And that's why the tickets are so cheap. Because it's like, they gotta fill up 48,000 seats. So it's like, it's a Tuesday night. Who's trying to go to downtown Phoenix on a Tuesday night. They got work the next day. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's why it's like, yo, tickets are $10. You know what I mean? Because they just have so many seats that are available. So yeah, so like, and like the thing is, like, it's like a big old state. So like, even if like you're not into sports, dude, this is the point I'm trying to make, bro. Go with your friends, dude. Who gives a fuck about baseball? Even the Eric Andre thing. I don't give a shit about baseball. It's boring, bro. Go up there. They got like, because it's like, you know, they're just desperate people on the door. Sometimes you get $1 hot dog. I mean, the hot dogs aren't good for $1, but you can get like a little snacks. Bring your own. Beers tend to be cheaper. You can get you like a little, like, I think they even have like, and the beers tend to be more expensive, but I think they have like a value beer. You know what I mean? Like, bro, pull up, talk shit in the nosebleeds where you're not bothering nobody, dude. It's a good ass time, man. Let me tell you. I'll tell you what. It's a good ass time. If you're looking to do something with the homies on a Wednesday, Saturday, any day of the week, go to a baseball game. If it's in season, dude, go to a baseball game. Now, like other sports, basketball, football, oh hell no, dude. That thing's like, you gotta sell a car to like get a ticket. But baseball, surprisingly, I don't know, but it's so cheap. Anyways, that's my argument for. Yeah, it sounds like a vibe for the Simply Dale. Exactly. Even if you don't care about baseball, it's just something. And that's the thing, is that sometimes you're just looking for something to do. It's just something to do. And like keeping it real, for $10, bro, you can't even get like a round one card for $10, bro. You know what I mean? Are you kidding me? So yeah, you're telling me I'm gonna be entertained for 4 hours with my homies for only $10? Come on, bro. You know what I mean? It's a steal. But I don't know. I'm sorry I got so passionate about this, but I just feel like people are sleeping, dude. I'm like, oh, go to a baseball game. I can't even get fast food that's what I'm saying. Can't even get fast food for $10, bro. Going to the Wendy's before the game is gonna cost more than going to the game. But yeah, but to be fair, again, like you definitely want to use one of the ticket resellers. So like, because the reason is because people will buy season tickets for like a bunch of money, and they just like pretty much, you do the math, like they make like $1 per ticket. So they'll buy like a season ticket in the nosebleeds, and then they'll just like resell on the ticket for like $10 each. So yeah, for each night that they can't make it. And Skyer says, can't even watch a movie for that anymore. You want snacks? That's like four more tickets in cost. Yeah, exactly, dude. And you can't bring your. I mean, you technically can bring your own snacks if you're like, you know, if you don't care. But you know, like the baseball game is just like, bro, dude. I've seen people like what they'll do is they'll deadass go to Costco before, buy a whole Costco pizza, fold it into Ziploc bags, and then bring it to the baseball game. You know what I mean? You can go to Costco before the game, get a bunch of hot dogs, and they'll let you bring them in. You know what I mean? You can really go bring the whole family for like $50. Get 4 tickets and go to Costco and have a whole actual experience. But like, you know what I mean? You can't beat that, dude. Anyways, putting y'all into the saving money game. Like honestly, like I'm about to be at every baseball game this summer. But yeah, but the trick is though, you have to use a ticket resale website. So you gotta use SeatGeek, StubHub, all those. Not sponsored, just any of them. But yeah. And Simply Dale, I gotta figure that out. I swear the stadiums here don't allow outside food and stuff. Okay, yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, because I know Angels Stadium, so Anaheim, California, Dodgers will let you, and then here in Arizona they'll let you. So yeah, but I would just check the website because of course there is some restrictions. Like you can't bring like food. They're pretty chill about. It's drinks. They get kind of funny. Like you can't bring outside beer. I think for drinks they only allow you to bring water. So you couldn't bring like, you know, or it might be sometimes I think they will let you bring other than water. No, it might be only like water bottles, but they have to make sure like it's, you know, still sealed. So drinks might be the one they really care about because mostly because of the alcohol. So they want their alcohol. They don't want you to sneak in vodka and stuff. They're like, bro, if you want, you know, if you're trying to get lit, you got to pay us, type of deal. But for food, I think they don't really care. But yeah, but I would say just check your local stadium. You know what I mean? I just look up like stadium name, food policy, see what happens. And William, good to see you. How you doing? Better late than never. Was afraid I would have power because of the storm. Yeah, we were talking about the ice storm earlier. Hope you're doing okay, William. But how's your Sunday night going, William? But Simply Deo says, ooh, as long as it's in a clear bag, no glass or hard plastic. Exactly, see? Told you. As long as it's in a clear bag. Yeah, and the clear bag is actually a newer thing because, like, you know, we live in America. But yeah. So yeah, dude. That's what I'm saying, dude. It's a good time. I don't know. I hope it's not weird to bring this up some video, but I know you mentioned that you have a girlfriend or a partner, dude. Pull up, dude. You're gonna have a good time. I'm telling you. Y'all gonna have a good time. I'm telling you, dude. Try to find like a game, even if you're not into sports. It's just a good time. But Funkhauser says, I got some snow today, and it was mostly melted by this evening. Oh, okay, sick. Yeah, I had a feeling it was gonna like. I know we're both in like the Southwest, if I'm not mistaken. So I had a feeling it was probably gonna like, yeah, because it's just. I think where you are, it's like slightly closer to this. I don't know. But yeah, it's just been, you know, bone dry out here. It's still been wow, 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 out here in Arizona. But William says, going great, kid. All right, sick. I'm glad to hear, William. Glad to hear you're having a good Sunday. And Subidio says, she always wants to go out, so for sure she's going to make an outing as a core memory. Okay, sick. I'm glad to hear, dude. But yeah, that's honestly like the easiest date, in my opinion. Won't really break the bank. It's a good time. And plus, it's just like, I don't know, Subidio, because like the thing is it's even if you don't care about the game, dude, just like, you know, like they'll throw the ball and like fucking fire will blast out of the fucking outfield stuff. And like, what's crazy in Arizona, like on every 7th inning, they like turn off all the lights in the stadium, and they have a bunch of like, because we're the Arizona Diamondbacks, so they'll turn off all the lights and they'll turn on the screens to the snake eyes, and then like all these snake noises like psss, psss, and then it's like get lit, and everyone just like starts fucking going crazy, you know what I mean? It's like, dude, it's just, I don't know, dude, like it's just a good time, man. You know what I mean? They were just like, human psychology, how do you make 48,000 people have a good time? And like, you know what I mean? They've been doing it for how many years now? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it'll be a fun time for y'all. I don't know. But Funkhauser said the storm missed us. Okay, sick, yeah. Yeah, so the snow wasn't from the storm for you then, Funkhauser? Like, I know it was gonna, like, it looked like when the maps I saw, I think we like dodged it by a little bit. I don't know, the last map I saw was just like, it's going like, if this is the US, it's like, it was like going this way, like diagonal. And I think we were like over here, but we like barely missed us. Oh, Funkhauser got the tail end. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, I think it completely dodged us because, yeah, out here it's just, you know, same old. But, yeah, okay, baseball rambling. So, now that I'm sorry. I don't know why I just totally shilled for MLB so hard. I mean, not sponsored. You know. But it's just, I don't know, it's just a good time. Like, people be sleeping on it, dude. Because I feel like sometimes, like, hanging out with friends, sometimes, like, you know, like, the thing that, like, I don't know, maybe one of my, like, low-key fears is that, like, people I really, really care about, like, long-time friends, sometimes I'm like, shit, dude, we've talked about, we know everything about each other's lives. Like, what do we do? You know what I mean? And, but something like a baseball game, dude, like, bro, even if you guys aren't talking, like, you're still having a good time, you know what I mean? And it's cheap. You have to, like, worry about, like, how much it costed. I don't know. That's why I get so hyped to talk about that, because I'm like, bro, this is like the perfect thing to spend time with people. That's like not $1 billion in today's economy. You know what I mean? Anyways, so the whole reason why I brought all this up was because we were talking about VTubers. And so going back to the Dodgers thing, Japan sponsoring the hell out of Dodgers because Japanese people watch every Dodger, like a significant portion of the Japanese population watches every Dodger game. So they get hella Japanese ad money. The reason why, that's why they show anime. It's because, you know, Japanese people are watching the Dodgers games. But the other half of the story is the average sports fan now is like, I think in their late 40s, early 40s maybe. So they're kind of like shitting bricks. So they're like, oh shit, like, you know, at some point, if Gen Z doesn't start showing up to these games, there's no way we're filling up these 48,000 seats as people get older. like even as soon as like the next 10 years, like those seats are gonna be completely empty. Gen Z's not coming. So they're like, what is Gen Z like? They're like, I don't know, anime. So now every sports team has their own like anime intro. With like Japanese animators making like Demon Slayer stuff. And Funkhauser says Gen Z's into sports betting. Oh, true. Yeah, but they're not coming to the games though. That's the thing, is they want more Gen Z to come to the games, because you don't gotta go to the game to sport bet. You do that from your home. You can lose your money in your own home. You know what I'm saying? You can gamble away all your life, your college fund in your own home. But yeah. So yeah, that's why there's so many like just random, like why did the Dodgers team up with the animation team behind Demon Slayer? It's because they're trying to get people to come to the stadium. Or like, Dodgers did like the One Piece trading card night where they made like a Luffy Dodgers card. Like that was particularly because they wanted more Gen Z people to come to the baseball game to get the card. But then it became like a whole fiasco when everyone was like, trying to scalp the card. But yeah. But thanks for listening to my my baseball TED Talk of the perfect thing to do with friends. Why I think it's the perfect thing yeah. And then some video says, oh, have you seen the posts online for the football teams too? They commissioned some well-known artists to do pieces for them too. Oh, I haven't. Like anime ones, dude. Anime American football. Let's go. What's if you don't mind, can you tell me what it's called? And I'll look it up after the stream. Or like, when I would watch the VOD. Like, what would I have to Google to find that? Oh yeah, and before I started my baseball TED Talk, but yeah, there's a really good YouTube video called, well, I think it's too long, but it's a YouTube video called The Weird World of Indie Social Media. Essentially, it's just like a video talking about like how there's kind of like a bunch of like up and coming websites that are like trying to recreate like older social media websites. Like have you heard of Space Hay? There's a website called Space Hay that's essentially like a recreation of like OG MySpace. But it's like funny because like a lot of people on Space Hay never used MySpace back in the day, but they're just like, wow, like that's so cool. Like there's a social media where you can like, customize your own profile and like make it completely your own and stuff. So yeah. So it's just like funny to watch the video and then be like, kind of like exploring that, like what it's like for the kids to rediscover, early 90s, or I guess early 2000s social media. But William says, I was a baseball umpire for 17 years. That's so cool. I made it all the way to college. I umpired a Big Ten baseball game in Michigan. That's cool, dude. Yeah, William, I watched a video about how like it's actually harder to become a professional baseball umpire than it is to become a professional baseball player, because you have to have like extremely good eyesight, and like if you ever like, I don't know if anyone goes to a baseball game and they're like, actually this is kind of cool, look up a video of like what it's like to like be an umpire at a baseball game. And dude, because they throw the ball like 100 miles per hour, when you watch the video, it's like the umpire's just right here and the ball's just like, and they have to say, is it a strike or a ball? It's like it's like you just watch like one pixel come in front of you at like 100 miles per hour. It's like, where did it land? And sometimes the umpires will be like pretty good accuracy, and like to have that, like it's to be an umpire that could like see what happened than it is to play the game, which is kind of crazy. But yo, Avery, what's good, dude? Good to see you. How you doing? How's your Sunday going? But yeah, pretty much we're just I'm launching a new album on Friday, so I'm just signing all those CDs to get ahead of it. So yeah, so we're just hanging out, talking about baseball, low key, and signing CDs. But Simply Dale says, one artist I know off the bat is Shen Comics. They've been done some stuff from Seattle Seahawks. And another one's Beetle Moses, who just did a piece recently for the Bears. All right, sick. Future me, when I rewatch this VOD, look up Shen Comics, Seattle Seahawks. I like the Seahawks too. And Beetle Moses, Chicago Bears. Yeah, thank you. Hell yeah, Simply Dale. But William says, the biggest thing in Major League umpires is that you gotta have money for high dollar clinics and classes all the time. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Yeah, you have to have all kinds of stuff to do Major League umpiring. But that's cool you were an umpire for so long, William. I always think every once in a while, I'm like, when am I gonna be back in my baseball era? I used to play baseball as a kid, William. I never did it past middle school, but yeah. But I go to a lot of baseball games these days. But Avery says, pretty good. And you? I'm doing good, dude. Yeah, earlier I went to the gym, so I'm feeling pretty good. Probably gonna make some food after this. So yeah, I'm doing pretty good. And Funkhauser with the vibes. Hell yeah, dude. Thanks for asking, Avery. But Avery asked, where can I find your music? What can you type? Since you're on Twitch, I think if you just type in !Groovy, it should bring up my website. Or just go to Groovy. Yeah, let me see. Could somebody help me out? Let me see if oh wait, I got a chat. I should just keep it up. Oh my god, my mouse over here. Twitch. Oh my god, there it is. No, it's gonna make me tab through everything. Okay, I'm trying to do it for you, Avery. There it goes. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Funkhauser. You beat me to it. Yeah, I guess I should make !Groovy. But the link, Avery, for GroovyKaiju.com just popped up. But thank you, Funkhauser. I appreciate you trying to help. I should make Groovy a command. But Gojiri, dude, good to see ya. Yo, I've listened to your music for a few years now. Keep up the fire music. Hey, thank you so much, dude. I appreciate the kind words. Thanks for listening to my music for a few years now. And yeah, definitely keep it up, dude. I'll keep it up as long as you keep being awesome and keep listening, dude. Thank you. But Avery says, heard a little bit on Insta, straight fire. Hey, thank you, dude. I appreciate it. Yeah, dude. But I'm glad to hear you like it. Yeah, so I got a bunch of stuff on, I got all my links on my website. So yeah, whether you want to, what you probably saw was get the Monster Tape Zero CD. So yeah, if anything, I have a link to it on my website, or I have all my Spotify stuff too. So if you want to just listen to that first, you guys go back to my website and grab the CD if you want. But yeah, thanks for asking, Avery. I appreciate it. Yeah, I got plenty of stuff on my Spotify you can check out to get introduced to what we got going on here. But yeah, you were talking about baseball. Oh my god. And Funkhauser says, welcome in. Thank you, dude. Hell yeah. Oh, it was also wild as my girlfriend never saw the video of Riff Raff. He did the video where he's like, I just want to blow up and then act like I don't know nobody. And he has like the shark teeth. I had to show that to my girlfriend the other day. And she was like, what are you talking about? But Gojiri says, I just listened to your music on long road trips. It definitely fits the aesthetic of the early 90s JDM car culture. Oh, hell yeah, dude. I'm glad to hear it. Thank you so much. Yeah. Yeah, dude, what's it called? Yeah, honestly, I used to not go on very many road trips. I don't know, but recently I got into them. But it totally does have road trip vibes. Now that I've started going on more road trips myself, I'm like, hell yeah. But splits the aesthetic of early 90s JDM car culture, 100%. Dude, I love 90s JDM, dude. I love 90s JDM. So I'm glad to hear that's coming through, dude. Yeah, I used to have a 1996 Acura Integra GSR, dude. I miss that car so much, dude. You have no clue. It was so fun, dude. And Avery found my Spotify. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's just Groovy Kaiju on Spotify, but yeah. Hell yeah. And somebody else says, my mango. Yeah. Oh yeah, my mango. It does sound like mango. Yeah, I never thought of that. I always heard main goal, but no, it does sound like mango. My main goal is to blow up and then act like I don't know nobody. I never heard mango. That's comedy. But Funkhauser says, I saw the Vaporwave riffraff video the other day. Oh, really? There is one? Future me, when I rewatch this VOD, look up Vaporwave riffraff. Hell yeah, I'm gonna check that out. And Avery says, I'm about to float. Thank you, man. Yeah, hey, dude. Enjoy floating. I hope you enjoy it, and you're welcome, dude. Thank you for being down to check it out. Avery, I appreciate it. Lucas, yo, what up? Good to see you, Lucas. How's your Sunday? Good to see you. I just bought Monster Shape Zero the other day, and I'm waiting for it to arrive. It's fire, bro. Keep up the good work. Hey, thank you, dude. I appreciate it, Lucas. Did you already get a tracking link? If not, let me know. I can ship it for you right now. Just because, keeping it real, I'm keeping it real with you, Lucas. I got like, how many do I got left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I have 16 left, but I have like literally 500 more on the way. They said they're going to get it, they're going to ship it this week. And then it's just coming out. So I live in Arizona. It's coming from Nevada. So it'll be here like next week. But if you don't have a tracking link, I can pack it for you right now. I'll give you one of my remaining 16. So yeah, just let me know. Either way, I appreciate the kind words though, Lucas. And thank you for supporting my music, man. It means a lot. And Gojiri says, favorite music is VTech. Hey, thank you, dude. Yeah, honestly, same. I'm so glad I got to work with Tupperwave on that. It's like whenever it comes on, even from like on my own like playlist, and I'm just like hanging out, dude, I never skip VTech. I'm always like, fuck. Hell yeah. But Avery says 90s J-pop is goated. I agree, dude. Yeah, 90s J-pop's kind of slept on. 90s K-pop too is also pretty slept on. They were making like hella like R&B bangers back then. Oh, Gajiri's making an R33 Skyline, dude. That's so sick, dude. That's amazing. I've always wanted like a Skyline. That was like my a Skyline and Eclipses were always the cars I used in Need for Speed Underground. Or was Skyline? Yeah, I think Skylines were in there. I know Eclipses were for sure. But yeah, that's sick, dude. But Funkhauser says he has all Vaporwave attire. Oh hell yeah, dude. Yeah, Riffraff, kinda cool, dude. I ain't never heard a bad thing about Riffraff. I love his like freestyle he does, where he's like, I don't really even really like motherfucking freestyle, but he does one anyways, and this is hella funny. But Avery asked, how much does the CD cost? Oh, so I know this is kind of like a long one to say, but it really depends, dude. So the whole idea of it is that the Monster Shape Zero thing, it is the CD is free, but you have to pay the shipping. So depending on where you live, the shipping might differ. Like if you're like in like a different country, if you're in the US, then so here's the whole thing. Well, Avery, before you leave, yeah, so I'll answer your question honestly. It depends on if you pretty much when you go to grab it, it'll ask you, hey, do you want to like pay your own price for it? Do you want to like add anything extra? Yada yada. Depending on what you add, and if you're in the US, it could be different, but the max the shipping could be is $10. But the shipping will go down if you add more stuff, because essentially then I have more profit to pull out of. If you're in the US, if you're like, I don't know, you might. I assume you're probably in the US, but yeah, I hope that makes sense. I'll just go through it. You'll see. But the most I think you'd pay for just the shipping is $10. Even in that case, the CD is free. Like if you were just like, no, I just want the cheapest option, it's $10. Like all in total. But Lucas says, I got it on shop. I think it's in transit. Okay, sick. Appreciate it though. Okay, cool. If it's already on the way, then you're good to go, dude. Hell yeah. Hey, thank you, Lucas. I'm glad to hear I already got it for you. And yeah, anytime, dude, though. Yeah, anytime. Feel free to pop up. If you're like, yo, what's going on? I'll be here, dude. I'll be here just chilling. Yeah. Funkhauser says, houses, Way, and Katie, riffraff. Okay. Future me, houses, like you live in a house. Way and Katie, riffraff. Hell yeah. Thank you, Funkhauser. I'm gonna check that out. And Super Hideo says, get me a Sylvia and R34 and I'm set for life. Dude, that would be so sick. Yeah. Hell yeah. I still want to... Loki, I just want like a basic... I guess not basic, but I want a Civic Type R, dude. Those look so sick, dude. One of the more modern ones. But keeping it real, if I like end up getting like actual money, I used to not be not into hatchbacks, but I kind of want a hatchback, dude. Like if I were to just get like money all of a sudden and I could like buy a car for realsies, I think I'd want to get like a RAV4, dude. A RAV4 kind of, because I was, you know, for all like the shows and stuff that I do, like carrying all that merch and stuff, it would really be really handy. Just to have something. I don't need like a big old van. I just need like a RAV4 would be perfect, dude. Then I just like to be prepared too. I like to have like a football in the trunk. You know what I mean? You never know when you want to be at the beach, throw on a football. Be at the park, throw on a football. Why not? Bring a frisbee. Bugajiri says yes. Just got all the fuel systems done and gave her the first start, and she sounds aggressive. Hell yeah, dude. That's sick. Yeah, congrats on getting the first start going, dude. Yeah, the first start's always scary. You know, you're like, oh. Well, we'll see what happens. Hell yeah. And somebody else says, I don't like the newer Civics. Yeah, you don't. I like the Civic Type. They do look a little bit too angular. Like, you know, they kind of look like Beyblades, if that makes any sense. So I can respect that. But I don't mind the Civic Beyblade look. I planned my first car to be a 2019 Civic hatchback, but they were all rebuilt titles. Oh, damn. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, rebuilt titles, I'm always like, I don't know. But Avery says, old school cars are where it's at. Yeah, it definitely is. Yeah, I wish I had more time to maintain an old school car still. But I feel like I paid my dues, dude. I used to like only drive like 90s Acuras, 90s Hondas. I spent so much time just like fixing my car myself that I'm like, dude, I've done paid my dues. But it is nice to get like older cars. They do kind of just like run better. They're just so much more fun. Somebody else says, it's something about the previous gen of Civics that made them seem like racers than the current gen. I can see that, okay. No, I feel you on that, dude. Avery says, give me old school hardware, new school software, I'm set. Yeah, no, dude, I used to do the same thing. I used to like replace the radios in my like 90, so my same 96 Acura. Dude, I pulled out the radio, I swapped it out. My new radio had a screen, and I would hook up a Raspberry Pi to the back of the radio to like in like the composite input, and then I would be able to play Tekken in my car, dude. So I get like a little Bluetooth, put RetroPie on the Raspberry Pi. So I would use that, and then I'd also use like a Bluetooth receiver, low key. So I wasn't ever use the CD player, because the Raspberry Pi also like supported like I could just connect to it and play music. It was pretty crazy. I wrote up all the. I didn't build the software, but I like set up like an image for Raspberry Pi to do that. It was pretty sick. But William says, I had a 64 Mustang at one time. Oh, that's sick. Had a 289 in it. Oh, yeah. William, the person I made Ichi Mafia with, NetNavi, their real name is Danny. Oh my God, Daniel. They have a Mustang too. I think this is a 64 though. 64 is old school. That's sick. But I think they have like a 92 Mustang. Yeah, Mustang, you know, the Mustangs are pretty cool. Gojiri says, yeah, so now I'm waiting for the snowstorm to end and it warms up a bit so I can continue on the custom body kit. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, hopefully the snowstorm passes soon for y'all, because I'm kind of worried. That's a lot of snow, dude. That is a hell of a lot of snow. But let me sick to finish up the custom body kit, dude. That's what's up. And Simply Avery says, yes. Simply Dale says, that's insane. Yeah, dude. It was pretty cool. Honestly, I didn't really like play it as much as I'd like to. And what's sick though is because it went through the stereo, like you could also like you know, I had like a sub in the car and stuff too. So dude, the Tekken soundtrack inside a car sounded crazy. You know when you do the character selection, it's like that, like I don't know, like the crazy guitar, dude. It sounded so sick. I can't even put it to words. But I honestly wouldn't play it that often. Like I'd only ever really get to play it when I was like stuck in a drive-thru. And like, you know, just to like show off, like whenever I had like a, you know, if I was on a date or something, I'd be like, hey, check this out. I could play Tekken in my car, and the girls would be like, what? So yeah. I hope you guys don't think I'm just like some guys like going around dating everybody. That's not who I am, but you know, I just got stories. I just got stories. But Avery says, yeah, Elsa unloaded the clip on us, not gonna lie, that's comedy. Yeah, Elsa really came around. That's a funny way to put it, dude. But Funkhouse says, I want the anime waifu wrap on my Honda Civic. # goals. Yeah, dude, same. I've always wanted to get a wrap in my car. I just never did. And if I'm not mistaken, wraps aren't that expensive. I wanted to wrap my Integra to be a like Arizona green tea themed. I thought that would be super sick. Should have done it when I had the chance. When I had the time and money. Bogojiri says, not much snow, it was all ice. Everything is frozen. Avery, she really did let it go. Wow. That's comedy, Avery. But yeah, okay, it was an ice storm. Yeah, because someone earlier, the homie, Section 9 or OG, they like actually sent me pictures, and like over by them, like it was like knee deep in snow. But yeah, ice too was also just like wild. And Simply Deo says the livery design people create on Forza are the ones I wish to replicate in real life. Hell yeah, dude. Dude, speaking of Forza, my bad to like kind of switch the subject, Simply Deo, but so I have a buddy named Sam. They actually just texted me the other day. Funny enough, they're out, they work on like Amazon S3. But we were Amazon interns together. We still keep in touch. And you know, because he lives in Seattle, he's also a car guy, and he has a Porsche now. So he's fucking doing good. He's doing good out there, right? You know, Amazon's been treating him nice. Because he went from our internship straight to Amazon, and he was like, no, I'm gonna just stay here. And they rewarded him handsomely to stay there. Anyways, so at some point he was like, before he got the Porsche, he was like, I'm looking for a new car. And for like a hot second, he owned a WRX. And what was hilarious is that he got it because, you know, that's where Microsoft's also based. And Microsoft, since they're also based in Seattle, they also make Forza in-house. So the WRX he bought was the actual WRX they modeled the WRX in Forza from. So he was driving like the actual Forza WRX. So yeah. And Gojiri says, sad to see that most wrap jobs cost as much as a regular paint job. Oh, they do? Oh, I think they costed less, Gojiri. Dang. I could have sworn they were cheaper. Maybe they were back in the day, but damn, that's a bummer. But a Simply Deo says, what? Yeah, dude, it was super sick. Because he just was on Craigslist and the guy was selling his WRX, and he was like, I work at Microsoft Game Studios, and this is the actual WRX we use to make the Forza WRX. And he was like, oh, I'm interested. You know what I mean? So yeah. Yeah, the homie Sam's also cool. He's low-key, honestly, it's funny that we talk about baseball and now we're talking about Sam, because he was the one that kind of put me on to like how to get cheap baseball tickets, like way back in like 2019. He was the one that was like, bro, you should start going. Like, we were both kind of, he was like really into baseball. I was kind of into it. And he's like, no, man, you should go to games, bro. Like, you can get tickets for hella cheap. And I was like, word? And then I took his advice and I was like, oh, wait, this is how, yeah, you can actually. All right. All the CDs are signed for New Game Plus for Friday. Next, we're doing tapes. But we'll probably stop streaming in like 15-ish minutes. I'm getting hungry. I'm hungry. Yeah, what I've been doing is hey, Avery knows, see? Yeah, baseball tickets be real cheap for real, see? Yeah, Avery, I went like a whole literally like 30-minute rant about like how we should all be going to baseball games because it's like so cheap. Like the amount, the entertainment per hour for a baseball ticket is like insane. Like the ROI on that, the return on investment. But oh my god, my knees. My knees. Ugh. What was I gonna say? Damn, I was gonna say something funny. I forgot. But yeah, we'll probably stop. I was talking about food. But Gojiri says, take care, brother. I'm gonna bounce. Keep the firework, dude. Take care, dude. Thanks for stopping by. Good to hear from you. And I'll definitely keep it up, dude. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you, dude. Take it easy. Avery says, nah, the people are gonna make it expensive. Oh, that's true. I kind of maybe spoke a little too much. My bad. I might have ruined the secret. My bad, dog. Well, I mean, it's just to us. I don't know. I honestly don't ever look up how many people are watching. So whoever's been watching, it wasn't that many people. I don't think. Just all the regulars, all the regulars. But this, I don't know if I shown the tapes yet. I don't have like a filter on, but like this is what the tapes look like. The tapes are gonna look like this. Since we're on stream, I put this, this usual on tape printing. They're like pink, to like match like the pink and, well, I guess the purple. No, they're more purple. They're purpley pink. Well, no, I'm sorry. The actual like tape shell is pink, so it's like pink, purple, and checkerboard. And like the J card. So yeah, so I got signed like J cards. Dun, 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 dun. Avery says, but honestly, I don't really care because the more the merrier. Yeah, true. Exactly, dude. Get more people pulling up. Be a good old time. Yeah, the only thing that was like hard about design, speaking of, because earlier, Avery, we were talking a bunch about like designing, graphic design for like different merch, like CD stuff. And I mean, I can't really show it on camera, but like the tapes are really hard to get the checkerboard just right. Because I wanted like, it's like a checkerboard design. I didn't want it to look like silly. So like the first checkerboard's kind of cut, like it's not really cut off. It just looks a little awkward, but that's okay. You'll see if anyone grabs it, or when someone grabs it, they'll be like, "Oh, thank you. What you mean?" That's not a big deal. And Avery says, "Oh yeah, graphic design can be a pain in the backside." Yeah, exactly, dude. You know the one meme, graphic design is my passion. Yeah, I think we'll stop streaming after I'm done signing these little tapes, just because I'm super hungry. Oh, that's what I mentioned. Yeah. So my girlfriend brought home from work some like restaurant buns, like hamburger buns, and my like go-to just like meal prep thing is I just like Instant Pot a bunch of like chicken breast. So I have like some turmeric chicken breast, like seasoned Instant Pot, and like I shredded it up. So now I have like a bunch of shredded chicken essentially. And I got these buns, so all I've been doing, dude, they're hella good. They're super buttery. Like you don't even need to add anything to them. They just already have so much butter built in. They can't be healthy for you. I like taste it. I'm like, oh, this is like, restaurants don't care about health. So yeah, so I just like air fry the buns for like 3 minutes, and then I get like the shredded chicken. I microwave it, and then I add just a ton of Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. Mix it up, and I make little like shredded barbecue chicken sliders. Or sandwiches. I'll make like 2 of them, dude. And it's like just straight protein, dude. Just straight protein. Just protein and bread. So I've been eating good, dude. Okay, I might have fucked up. Where am I gonna sign this? I'll sign it right here. And somebody else says, ooh, fair enough. Yeah, dude. And Avery says, ooh, sounds hella good. Yeah, dude. I don't know. I'm about to move in a couple weeks. Also, just a heads up, y'all. I'm probably, so after the merch promotion, the merch promotion. Oh my god. It is a merch promotion. I always try to be careful. I'm not trying to like make things sound too like salesy because I feel like it's kind of whack. But after the merch launch is over, I think the week after, my bad job. I'll probably, I mean, not my bad, but I'm probably gonna take a week off of streaming just so I can move all my stuff. And then I'm gonna be in like a different apartment. So I'll probably send like an email about it. And I found out like Instagram and Twitch lets you make stories, so I'll probably like make a story post. Not this week, but like the week before. I'd be like, hey. And Sky says, yeah, probably a good idea. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Sky. Thanks for understanding, dude. But yeah, just so I can like focus on moving, and I want to like, you have to recreate this whole space and everything. And like reset everything back up. But Korean Duder, yo, good to see you. How you doing, dude? Let's stop by. We're just about to stop streaming though. I ain't gonna lie to you, Korean Duder. But it's good to see you. How's your Sunday going? But yeah, but I'm just gonna take 1 week off. And then I'll be back. And also I think we're probably gonna do streams on Tuesdays. I might switch Thursdays for Fridays. So still 3 times a week, just swap Thursdays and Fridays. Or we might just do Tuesdays and Sundays for a little bit because I want Fridays to be like a special stream. So yeah. And Korean Duder says, no Porygon, 15,851 resets, dude. I'm so sorry, man. But you got this, hopefully soon, dude. That's dedication, dog. And somebody else says, makes sense, do your thing, get it right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, thanks for understanding, y'all. But yeah, so I'm probably just gonna do that. But so not this week, but the week after. So like the whole merch promotion, I want to be able to be like, oh shit, Manuel.
New merch order from Manuel.
Hey, thank you, Manuel. If you're watching, Manuel, I will pack it for you before we stop streaming. But you gotta be watching, Manuel. And I appreciate you, Manuel, if you are watching this. Cause I'm so hungry. But what's it called? But yeah, so that's the plan for that. So I'll make like an actual like email and post and stuff about it. Probably should be like a little like quick one to be like, yo. But yeah, probably, I still have to do the math. I think it's pretty much, I want to scale back I call these the pack and chill streams. I want to scale these back to twice a week. And then I want to introduce a new stream that's, I think I mentioned it, but I want to do like make music all the way to promoting it stream. So like all the way from like, here's the idea of this like secret artist alias. It's not really gonna be a secret, but just like start a new artist project and we could all like watch it together and like see the music be made together and like make the motherfucking, I don't know, Facebook ads together. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Or Meta Instagram ads for it. And then we can like upload stuff to Spotify. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I think that'd be kind of fun. That or like I think I mentioned like the video game mods. And Johnny Fun Cousin says, that sounds awesome. Okay, sick. Yeah. Yeah, I want to make like I think it'd be fun to have like a project that we could all just be like, yo, like you can watch from day one. It'd be like created from scratch. And just like, I don't know, we could be like, what do you feel like making today? Drum and bass, hip hop, vaporwave. And I can show you all my like terabytes of samples. Or we can all explore the terabytes of samples that I have that are all cleared, dude. All right, sick. 2 more tapes. But yeah, I don't know if you could hear it. Can we submit samples, Funkhauser? I don't know, just because the content ID, I might get a little goof. That might goof us up. But even then, the sample, yeah, I think I'd have to like look into it because I think the content ID, even if we were like playing like a small snippet of it just to make a song, I think it'd still try to get us. And like, not even just because of like the actual song itself, but like, if I'm not mistaken, like I don't know if you watched Funkhauser, but like some vaporwave live streams, I remember back in the day at least, if you play the song that YouTube couldn't like, you know, even if you played a song that was sampled that YouTube didn't have the rights to, it would take down the whole stream. So like, that's the only reason why I'd be kind of like, just because I wouldn't want to like, you know, if someone's watching on YouTube, just like get taken down halfway through, just because we're trying to sample something. Because like I guess the goofy thing is that I actually have like a terabyte of samples I've already like bought from like session musicians, which still might cause issues. But you know, like if someone were to submit like, I don't know, like, hey, you should sample this Michael Jackson song, and I play it, then it could like take down the whole YouTube stream. So yeah. Well, thanks for asking, Funkhauser. I appreciate you want to submit. But I do want to make it interactive though. I want to see how I have to think about that. How we can make it so people can like submit stuff. What I think would be super sick too is even if it just came down to something as simple as like, I don't know, does someone want to draw the Spotify cover while I'm making the song and just like pass me the JPEG, and then boom, there you go. You know what I mean? We could do something silly like that. Or even just something as simple as like, I don't know, we should make a Vaporwave song today. I don't know, we'll figure it out. I'll figure out a way to make it interactive. It'll be fun. Sick. All right, cool. Okay, let me put this back, and I think we'll call it here, y'all. Yeah, I'm gonna go feed my cats because right before I started streaming, they were already like, "It's about that time," and I'm like, "No, I don't feed you till about now." And they were like, "I don't know. I'm kind of hungry right now." I'm like, "No, you need to wait." But yeah, but either way, yo, I will see you all on Tuesday, as usual. No, it's getting late on the East Coast too, and everyone stay safe in the ice storm, y'all. For real, stay safe in the ice storm, please. But I'll catch you around. Avery, Gojiri, Sibley Hideo, Korean Duder, Skyer. Good night to y'all. Who else? I'm just looking through the chat. Gojiri, I said. William, if you're still watching, have a good night, William. I hope you're looking forward to getting the vinyl, because I already sent William a Straw Monsters vinyl, because they're in like the upper Monster Kingdom tier, so thank you, William. Lucas, if you're still watching, catch you around. And yeah. And Sibley says, see you the next one, definitely we'll try. Yeah, no pressure, but no pressure ever. But yeah. Avery, definitely gonna buy a CD, hell yeah, dude. Well, yeah, I'll be stoked to sign one, ship it over to you. Yeah, feel free to stop by if you do too, and I can like pack it for you like live if you want. So yeah, cool. Oh, no for the snow. Okay, okay, my bad. My bad, Sibley do. Yeah, I get what you mean. But yeah, everyone stay safe with the snow and the ice and stuff. But my bad, I'm looking around the room because I gotta think of a funny thumbnail. Oh, I know, I gotta grab the CD I just signed. Because it's How to Make a New Game Plus. That's the title of the video. My bad, y'all. I know I was saying goodbye, and now here I am still streaming, but I gotta do something like this. So I'm making the YouTube thumbnail. Don't cringe, please. Wait, where are we at? Right here. Don't cringe. Don't cringe, please. Oh. There we go. Oh my god. Alright, cool. Now I'll catch y'all for real. Hey, it's good, lol. Alright, cool. I'll catch you, Sibley, Skyer, Funkhauser, Sibley, Avery. Catch y'all. Alright, I'm leaving for real. See you Tuesday if you're free on Tuesday, 5 p.m. Pacific. And yeah, take it easy, y'all. Alright, peace. Enjoy your night. Stay safe with the snow and ice. Bye, Avery. Bye, Funkhauser. Bye, Sibley.